Go live. All right. Apparently we are live. Hopefully y'all can hear us and all that loveliness. It's another Team Red chat. We talk about some Team Red stuff, you know, Nintendo and all that good stuff. And I am a little bit like perturbed today if some randomness happens. So pardon me if I'm a little surly tonight. Might get a little rowdy, but we're gonna have some fun either way. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna be a little rowdy today, y'all. I'm gonna be a little rowdy. So we're gonna go ahead and introduce our panels. Let me know what you guys been playing on, what you been doing, and all that good stuff. We'll start with Miss Mia. Let us know what's up. Looking nice with your hair.
I know, right? Like
I'm loving it,
girl. You know what I'm saying? God damn.
Disclaimer. My camera, as y'all know, I'm the struggle queen. It's struggling, so it couldn't work. So you're gonna have to look at that lovely, stupid picture because we tried to make it work this whole time before we went live. So that's kind of why we're a little late. So
there might be a workaround to get it to work.
We'll figure it out. We'll get it working for next time.
For sure. As far as what I've been playing, I really haven't been playing a whole lot. Me and Daniel recently picked up this game called Deep Rock Galactic. It's a game on Steam. It's like a co-op game where you just kind of like mine for resources and junk, and like there's like little inhabitants in the world that like try to kill you. It's pretty dope. What else I've been playing? I've been playing a lot of Splatoon. Like ever since the Nintendo Direct that just passed and all this Splatoon stuff just got me really feeling in like a really Splatoon type of mode. So I've been playing a lot of that. That's pretty much it, really. I really haven't had a chance to play a whole lot of stuff. Just been reading a lot of comic stuff. Me and Daniel just had a comic run last week sometime. So yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I just been real chill lately.
That's what's up. That's what's
up.
All right, Alex, let us know what you've been gaming on, what you've been up to.
All right. Yeah, I've been playing Kirby Star Allies, which I can kind of.
I haven't gotten the game yet.
I think I'm the only one here who played it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kirby Star Allies.
I'm a stupid soon.
Yeah.
I'm a stupid soon.
Wait till a sale is what I would advise. I don't think it's worth really full price. It is fun. The graphics are super nice. The combining powers is a lot of variety, so that was really cool. It's a very short game. You can breeze through this game in about 4 to 5 hours.
I mean, that's typical Kirby.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for
anybody who's accustomed to Kirby, they kind of pretty much know what to expect.
It's just at this day and age, you kind of want them to add a little more meat on the bone.
I feel that, but I'm just saying, like it doesn't seem like it's out of the ordinary for a Kirby game.
Yeah. But Breath of the Wild wasn't ordinary either. So,
I mean, I understand that, but I'm talking about Kirby.
Neither was Mario Odyssey. But yeah, there's no online co-op. It's just local. The local co-op's actually pretty fun. Drop in, drop out. It works very seamlessly. But you don't actually need to play with people because the AI is actually very smart. It's one of the best AI I've ever experienced in a game because they know...
Is it really?
Yeah, the AI reacts immediately to all the puzzles, which are like elemental puzzles a lot of the time, and they will attack enemies that require, like, if they're like a fire enemy and they're an ice guy, they'll take charge and attack for you. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, the AI is actually very advanced. I don't know why a lot of people don't talk about that, but because in most AI partners...
It's a Kirby game, that's why?
Yeah, I guess. But like, yeah, the game is super easy, so if you're just looking for like a fun, chill, and relaxed game to breeze through, it's a good game, but I would suggest getting it on sale, though.
On sale. I think it'll be a Nintendo Select, probably.
Yeah, eventually, yeah, probably.
Yeah, like in 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably when the Switch 2 comes.
Pretty much.
Other than that, I got Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I just picked that up again, so I'm gonna play through this. But right now I'm playing Uncharted Lost Legacy again because I just love that game so much. And the wait for God of War begins.
Fun times. All right. As for me, I've actually been on a anime trip lately, so I haven't actually been playing any video games other than like maybe Overwatch with the drama that's going on because it's hilarious. But like, mostly been doing a lot of anime watching. You know, just got finishing up on some kind of separated arc of Blue Exorcist. Just finished some show called, what was that fucking show that I was just telling you about? Black Clover. They had a freaking Salt Bay meme in it. Oh my god, that was hilarious. So you gotta just look up Salt Bay and you'll see what I'm talking about. And then that meme was actually in there. But so yeah, it's just a lot of silliness and stuff going on as far as anime is concerned. Gaming wise, I kind of slowed down and just kind of been looking at it sideways, like. So there's that. But I'll be getting back into my gaming and stuff for the most part. I'm just kind of chilling. Kind of alternating. I guess it's
just like
sometimes
that.
You just don't want to game.
Yeah.
You just want to do other things. So I'm in the other things
like
category right now. But I still keep my ear to the ground. Still keep up with the what's going on with the gaming community and whatnot.
I also forgot I played Sea of Thieves yesterday. It's the worst game.
Oh my!
Did you
God.
fall asleep?
I watched Alex and Rio play that game. It took them like 40 minutes to an hour just to play the game, bro.
That
wait, what?
This game is
I need to know now.
The most boring game I've ever played in my life. I've played a lot of games.
So tell us about your experience. Like, tell us about your experience.
Well, I'm gonna keep the server issues aside because that's whatever. That's not actually part of the game. They'll fix that eventually. But the game has no content. You're dropped on an island. You're not told what to do. You have to figure out how to get the ship to move, which we eventually did just by messing around. We had no idea where to get our missions from. The game doesn't tell you anything. And you're kind of just left to your own devices. You gotta kind of make your own game. I later found out you have to go into town and talk to a merchant to get a mission, which is to earn money to get more missions to earn more money. Like, it's basically the whole game. Like, there's not much to do. I don't know. I didn't find it very fun. Like, we made our own fun, obviously, because like when you're with your friends playing games, any fucking game can be fun. Like, that shouldn't be the selling point of a video game, because any game you play with your friend is going to be fun because you're with your friend. So if that's the main point of your game, then you have a crap game. I had a bad time. Not fun at all.
The thing with games... Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, go. There's not much else to say. It's a bad game.
Damn. It's like that?
It's a bad game. Like, the only merit of the game is, like, the water looks nice, the music's pretty cool, and, like, they have cool lighting, but even the voices for the characters are trash. Like, the thing with games like that is, like, having a grindy game is cool, but there still has to be some kind of, like, end game. There's
no
story or anything.
Yeah, like, for example, like, I love Monster Hunter. Like, Monster Hunter is one of those kind of games. It's like the main draw of the game is to play this joint with your friends and other people, and like, you grind and you grind and you grind just to beat up a monster, just to get that part of a monster to put on your body and your armor suits and your weapons and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, there's still an end game. Like, you defeat a boss so you could go on to a bigger boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, it keeps building and building and building and building and building. And if you're gonna have a game like Sea of Thieves and there's no build up and there's no like,
it's nothing.
Like,
it's just
progression type system, it's like, how much of that can you
sandbox with nothing?
Yeah,
nothing to do other than sail around and find treasure and like fight skeletons. Like, I don't know. I thought,
and I feel like that would be cool if there's like an end game. Because I play a lot of games like that on PC. Like, I play Dauntless, I play Monster Hunter. That Deep Rock Galactic game is a similar game that's like mad grindy, but at the end of the day, like, there's like an end game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right, well.
It was a miss, for sure.
It's a miss for some folks. So, hey, I'm just going to say this. If you like it, you love it. If you love it, you like it.
Yeah, I'm sure people will have something with it.
I look at it and I know I don't like it.
This
so
is
I don't
probably
have to
the
play
nicest
it,
thing I can say about the game. If you're the kind of person who wants to waste your time, go play this game.
Because you'll waste your time.
It'll accomplish that. If you have a lot of time to waste, this game can help you waste your time.
Yeah.
Okay, it's good at wasting your time. That's what's up. All right, so
I thought there was gonna at least be like bosses in junk.
There's a kraken, but it's just some tentacles. There's not even a body.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. Well, release the tentacle crap. The tentacles.
So let me ask you this: is there pirate versus pirate ship cannon action going on?
Yes.
Okay. They at least have that.
That's not frequent.
That's something.
It can happen.
It's not frequent. See you at the crossroads, Ronnie Rowe. He said, see you at the crossroads. All right, let's go ahead and jump into these topics real quick. We've got a few topics here. Most of it is just kind of breeze through it and whatnot, but we're going to go ahead and see what we can see, talk what we talk about. So our first topic of the day is going to be Nintendo Switch version of Ark Survive Evolved confirmed. Was anybody wanting this game? Like, is there something I'm missing?
If this was an optimized game,
yeah, that was my concern. I heard that it wasn't as optimized as it needs to be. But...
Listen, I have this game on PC. I didn't spend no money on it, thank goodness. But one of my friends gifted this game for me on PC. Man, like my PC is not like the most beastly PC. It's a mid-range decent PC.
Yeah.
It runs.
This game runs like hot garbage. Like
a potato.
What? Like it's a lot better than it was when it first went into early access.
Yeah.
But
oh my God.
I played this game when it first went into early access, and like the fact that they still hadn't finished the game from that point and was making DLCs and expansions and multiplayer type modes. I'm like, bro, can you finish your base game first? Like, I felt like with Ark, there was so much griminess in Ark. Like, somebody said it so perfectly on Twitter, and I don't even remember exactly how they said it, but they pretty much said it along the lines of what I just said. Like, they are so grimy because, like, they built on this game, gave us DLC, all these other little, like, microtransaction-y things without even fixing the base game first. It's kind of like what PUBG is doing right now. Ark was PUBG before PUBG was PUBG in regards to how they're treating the game. Like, so if they can't even have the gall to fix their joint on PC, I don't really care what it's gonna be like on the Switch. To be honest, like fix your base game first on your target platforms first. Goodness, I don't know. Well, that's all I gotta say about that, man. I'm a little salty about Ark, but it is what it is.
I'm concerned they're finessing Nintendo fans with this one. Because, like, these are the same guys that came out and said the PS4 Pro was stronger than a computer with a GTX 1070. They're the same guys that are charging you DLC for an early access game. Like, these guys are kind of shady.
Yeah!
They did show a video of them playing Ark on the Switch, but, like, I wouldn't even be surprised, honestly, if he was using that game stream thing. What the hell is that thing? Rainfall or whatever? I wouldn't even be surprised.
They're so shady, bro.
They're
so shady.
I wouldn't even be surprised. I refuse to believe that is actually running on the Switch and looks like that and plays like that. Because they're saying it's visually the same as the PS4 version. But even the PS4 version doesn't generally run that smooth.
That's crazy, bro.
So I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it until I actually see it in my hands. I don't believe this game will run on the Switch. Not because the Switch can't handle it, but because these guys are terrible developers.
So they say that there's not much information, but they say that Wildcard confirmed it will offer the same suite of features as the existing console versions on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
That's the least they can do.
I mean, that's the least. And then the game is due out on Switch sometime this fall as a physical and digital release. It was showcased during Epic's Games keynote during the Game Developers Conference. By the way, the Game Developer Conference.
They make me sick, dog. I really can't stand these dudes.
I don't trust these guys. I'm sorry. And like, if you're excited for that game, that's cool. I do hope it turns out good if you want to play it, but I don't trust these guys.
Yeah, man, that's my big deal. It's not the fact that it's coming to the Switch. I'm glad for the Switch to get any games. Like, if games are coming, I'm accepting of them. It's just these people that I don't like these dudes, bro. They shady.
They're shady, yeah. They're shady like the PUBG guys. The PUBG guys don't fix their game on PC.
Yeah, that's shady.
What do?
Now it's all on phones and junk. Like, God, can y'all fix your game?
And their game still runs like hot garbage.
First of all, why are you trying to put your shitty game on a phone anyway? Fix your okay, you know what? Go to the next topic. Anyway,
we could go on a whole rant.
We could be ranting on. Let's just go next topic.
But yeah, let's go to the next one.
All right, so Yeeves, I guess that's how it's Yeeves. Yeah, he's 8, Lacrimosa or something like that, of Dana, coming to Nintendo Switch in June. NIS America has announced today that the long-awaited Ys will be arriving on the Nintendo Switch on June 26th in the North America and June 29th in Europe. The huge RPG also received a brand new trailer, which can be watched below.
That's
what is that? You trying to put on that Alex voice right now?
I had to. I just wanted to do it that one time.
Isn't that dangerously close to Mario Tennis?
Well, yeah, guess who's getting what?
June 22nd.
Yeah, Mario Tennis 22nd. This game is gonna get destroyed.
Yo,
it's gonna get.
If it's this game or Mario Tennis, y'all already know which one I'm scooping.
Yeah, let's see.
I still plan on getting this, but I'm getting Mario Tennis Day 1. This will probably be.
I do want this game, but like too close to Mario Tennis.
But like, if it's Mario Tennis
or Tennis comes out on a Friday, then this game will come out on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
I don't know. Why would you put your game so close to a first-party Nintendo title? That's dumb.
Yeah, man.
I get they're different genres, but that is unwise.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what they want to do.
You know, Mario Tennis gonna be that heat.
Yeah,
people
especially during summertime, people want to.
Man. People don't have time to play.
Summer.
I think more people want to play a sports game in summer than some long RPG kind of game.
That's true.
Ooh.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully it does
well.
We'll
see what happens.
Dangerously close.
Yeah,
man.
So, Amazon Sonic Mania Plus now available for your pre-order purchases. So, good news for Sonic fans, and Sonic Mania Plus is available to pre-order on Amazon. The game adds a number of things to the original Sonic Mania, including new playable characters. The all-new Encore mode, Sonic Mania Plus Retail Edition, also comes with a 32-page art book. It's available for $29.99, $30, and Amazon lists it with an August 28th release date. So yeah,
that's good. Sonic Mania is a fun game, and I was waiting for a physical version.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I'm actually kept waiting.
They actually did a good job. They added an art book and they added extra content too. I'm actually
that's good. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
What else you get? You get
it does $30 too.
You get 2 extra characters, right?
You get classic Sonic, gorgeous pixel graphics featuring Sonic 1, 2, 3. I don't care about that. Definitive versions, 15.
It doesn't say which characters.
You get new characters, that's all.
Yeah.
They don't tell you which characters though, but new characters, so that's good. Alright, next is become a martial arts master in the melee action of 9 Monkeys of Shaolin. Why?
Now this actually looks dope. I saw this earlier.
I haven't seen this. I gotta watch it real quick.
I didn't even watch the video. I'm just gonna play my video. So
I'm just gonna play it in the background.
Yeah. So publisher Baku Entertainment and developer Sobaka Studios have unveiled their latest title, 9 Monkeys of Shaolin, a melee-focused brawler with an ancient Chinese setting and a heavy dose of martial arts action. Due to arrive on Nintendo Switch in the autumn, 9 Monkeys of Shaolin, it mixes ground attacks, aerial maneuvers, and special moves unlocked with magical seals, so you can mix and match all manner of cunning combat. And what's your name's playing? You guys playing it in the background, so you can see what it looks like. They're not actual monkeys. I thought they were gonna be monkeys.
Is there no gameplay in this trailer?
They're not actual monkeys. I was of the mind that they were gonna be actual monkeys. Yeah, it's a little bit of game. Did they show some gameplay?
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, it'll come.
Okay, there it goes. Okay.
This game actually looks tight, and they didn't show it at the victim like really
at the Nindies.
Like I posted like 11 games on Twitter that they did. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. But
it's
pretty dope. It reminds me of Turtles in Time kind of game.
So basically, like,
you know what I actually thought about when I saw this game? It reminded me of that one game. What was that one game? It's like a fighting game on PC. And you can create your own moves. What the freak was that game called? Start with an A. Absolver or something like that?
Absolver, yeah, that one.
That's what it reminds me of, kind of.
I'm feeling it. This game looks cool.
It looks dope, right? It's like a nice little beat 'em up. That's a nice little art style. Like it looks
graphically looks nice too. Looks pretty fluid.
Yeah.
I don't see any frame rate issues in this game.
Yeah, I like the cutscenes. Look kind of like animated. Like that's tight.
Let's go.
That's what's up. All right, so. With that, we have another one that's been, we have an action platformer, Shadow Bone, will pull your speed running skills to the test. We'll put your speed running skills to the test next week. So this was something under the radar because I never heard of it until now. But two-man.
It's pretty fun.
But two-man indie developer Merle Studios has announced that Shadowbug will arrive on Nintendo Switch on 30th of March. In the game, you control the overpowered ninja hero Shadowbug, saving your home forest from the evil factory by slicing monsters to pieces. The game takes you on an adventure through a variety of attractive, twisted landscape, placing an emphasis on action and speed running as you slash your way through. Shadowbug revolves around a movement mechanic that sees you attacking the enemies around you to dash forward, theoretically creating some interesting ways to whiz around each level. So has some features here, which are basically you're going to completely new take on the platforming games. They're just handcrafted levels filled with action, exploration, and puzzles. Unique core mechanic, move by attacking enemies, breathtaking soundtracks with an epic soundtrack, soundscape, I should say, with epic soundtrack, and immersive sound effects, leaderboards for speedrunning levels, mesmerizing art with picturesque palettes, backgrounds, and all that big words, and 6 micro boss fights. Damn, they just decided to throw a whole
silhouettes.
Like so many fucking words, I couldn't say them all at once. I'm just sitting here like, you know these words.
That's hilarious.
See, my thing is you can't put all these words in one sentence. Expect me to just say them.
That's hilarious.
Mesmerizing, picturesque, parallax backgrounds, mystical silhouettes. There you go, guys. I did it. The game is
there you have it, guys. Shadowbug.
Right. The game is set to launch in North America and Europe for $8.99, so $9. Not bad.
Yeah, this is actually a fun game. I have it on Steam. It's a good game.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, looks tight. Looks tight.
It originally started as a mobile game, but don't let that deter.
Would have been nice to hear about this during a certain thing we had recently. But we'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about it.
We can talk about it. So our next topic is these officially licensed Switch controllers look absolutely stunning. And they fucking do.
So nice.
Oh my god, The Legend of Zelda Splatoon actually looks good. I actually like just those two.
How
unfortunately,
dare you disrespect Donkey Kong and Bowser like that?
I'm sorry,
I like Donkey Kong, but I don't really
better
for that
Bowser.
controller.
That Bowser one's the coolest out of the bunch.
They could have done better with him. Like, why does he look like that? No, I don't like it. And Donkey Kong, I'm a little disappointed in because he looks way better than that. I
feel like the Donkey Kong one should have had a little bit more pizzazz. It kind of looks kind of
I think the Donkey Kong one could have looked a lot better.
I like because it's bright yellow. It stands out. I like it.
Ooh, banana.
But yeah, I'm gonna get the Zelda one and see if it works. If it doesn't work, I'll let you guys know if it don't work. But I'm getting it mostly for my collection.
Power A.
Because
I've never heard of them.
I have a controller by Power A, but like it's just like like during the freaking 360 days, I felt like the 360 controller was kind of large for my hand, so I got like a smaller version of it from Power A.
Yeah.
It was okay, but it was for kids, so it wasn't like a serious trying to be controller, you know?
This one's from PDP. This is the same price as those Power A ones. This is a Mario theme one. This thing is.
It looks tight. Now that one, I think it looks better than these.
That looks nice.
I think that's good. The only thing it doesn't have is there's no rumble or the motion stuff.
Yeah.
They took it out to keep the cost down, and it needs a wire. But if you want like a cheap wired Pro controller, $20. This thing is pretty damn awesome.
Yeah, I feel like that one looks better than these PDP.
I don't think.
As far as build quality,
I would imagine this is higher quality than those.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the Splatoon one and I like the Zelda one. For these.
I'll probably get the.
That Yoshi one's pretty tight too. I didn't notice how many stuff in the background there is actually.
I wish that Nintendo would make controllers like nice controllers.
Doesn't like making money.
I don't know why. They used to make stuff all the time.
This is a great controller, but it's so freaking plain.
Yeah, like I have my Xenoblade joint, but that's the only one outside of
that one's still pretty plain too. It's just got like an X in it or something with some with pink on the side. Like okay,
yeah. They need to make more. Like I don't know why Nintendo has gotten out of the practice of making like customized things.
Yeah.
Like they stopped doing that with the Wii. Like they don't do that anymore. It's kind of sad.
Well, no, the Wii had a lot of custom controllers.
That's what I'm saying. Like they stopped doing it with the Wii. Like after the Wii.
Yeah, after the Wii, they just stopped. Well, they weren't going to do it for the Wii U at all.
So I don't think they were excited to spend more money on that.
That's true.
That's true.
I don't know. If it's a dub controller, I'd consider it. I got the
Yeah, just
Xenoblade
look
one.
at Xbox guys. They buy more controllers than games. Bang, bang.
Dang. I feel like Zelda should have got a controller.
We're gonna segue over because damn it, Alex.
But one thing about the controllers, though, I'm actually kind of surprised that they haven't made an official Breath of the Wild controller.
Yeah, same here. I was surprised
that is kind of
Breath of the Wild
surprising.
bundle. You know,
Right?
Yeah,
like a real bundle.
They re-released Breath of the Wild, like the Expedition Pack or whatever. Like I was surprised they didn't release Joy-Cons too.
Yeah, like why not?
It was strange to me.
I don't know. These people are funny. They're funny. All right, so Rocket League's tournament update will go live on Switch on the 3rd of April.
Oh, that's cool.
I didn't know they were getting tournament mode.
Psyonix has revealed that the Rocket League tournament update, which was recently tested out in the beta on PC, will be heading to Nintendo Switch on 3rd of April. Besides the much anticipated addition of the tournaments feature, which will allow players to create and run their own tournaments without leaving the game, the update is set to introduce a number of quality of life improvements. Perhaps most notably for the Nintendo fans, this includes some performance and visual quality updates for the Switch version of the game. In addition to this, the following features will also make their way into the game, which is connectivity, quality information, new icons and bullshit like that, the enhancement of garage options, which is new item stacking, filtering, searching, and sorting options, expanded team customization, which will be more shades have been added to the primary color palette for battle cards, and players will now have the choice to equip blue and equip to orange for painting car bodies. Audio improvements. Crowd audio has been tweaked to better react to saves, goals, and improve in important plays. And the soundtrack will now be available to play during online and offline matches. And Samurai Battle Car, new import battle car available as limited drop inside the new Triumph crate. So it's only limited. Wow, that sucks.
Okay, so limited to the Triumph crate. Was that
to
like
the Triumph crate.
Loot box or something?
I guess it's a form of loot boxes or something. Yeah, but that's cool. At least they're updating the game for the Switch version and all that good stuff. Plus, you got your tournaments and all that stuff.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people that really love playing this game.
This game sold very well on Switch.
It definitely did. There's I was watching some of the tournaments of this game. My God, there's this one guy that is god tier with this game. Like I can't even begin to pretend like I would know how to play. But this is good for all you Rocket League folks out there. So we're gonna go ahead and move to the next topic, which is Pokemon Go's Easter egg event starts tomorrow.
People still play.
You can still play this. I wanted to talk about it because I thought it was hilarious. So just have emerged about Pokemon Go's Easter themed egg with kicks off tomorrow. So as has been the case in the past, the event will see rare Mon hatch from special 2km eggs. So expect to see some pretty desirable beasts appear. It hasn't been detailed exactly which will be turning up more often, but both Pichu and Togepi will spawn more frequently during the event. I like Pichu and I like Togepi. That is all.
Pichu is freaking adorable.
He is. Egg hatching will earn you bonus candy, and double stardust will be handed out for the usual activities. Heading over to the in-game shop, you'll find special offers on incubators. Toasty. Also, as a side note, a particular person named Will I Am would like to make the next Pokemon Go game. I saw this in the article.
Hey, Will I Am wants to make the next Pokemon Go.
He wants to make the next Pokemon Go game.
Like,
put some hot beats in there, though.
That is so random.
That's hilarious.
I thought it was hilarious. I was like, yeah, I'm just going to not going to talk it.
I might actually play it if he does.
No, don't do it. So, the event will begin tomorrow, and will last until April 2nd. Alrighty, what we got here? Oh! Hyper Light Drifter is coming to the Switch this summer, by the way.
Strange. You'd think they would have showed that at the Nindies.
Well, yes! Oh my God. So Hyper Light Drifter is a name that will no no doubt sting a bit to many Nintendo fan, as the game was initially due out for the Wii U before being ignobly canceled. The main issue with its initial cancellation was due to how Game Maker, the engine it was built on, was incompatible with the Wii U. This was
that game is great, by the way.
Is it?
It looks.
Okay,
Is it? I don't think I played it yet. Have I? No, I haven't.
I have it on PC. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, I know, right? This was also the case for the Nintendo Switch. Oh, this game. Yeah, okay. I didn't notice what it was until I actually looked at the video. So this was also the case for the Nintendo Switch, but it was just recently announced that the engine is coming to the Switch, opening the door for Hyper Light Drifter and many other games. After an exciting Nindies Nintendo Direct, which you would think they would talk about it. Oh, yuck.
You gotta see about some stupid music game.
I just can't. It makes me chuckle.
Oh, man.
Happy Light Studios revealed that it will be bringing Hyper Light Drifter to the Switch at long last. The team is aiming for a summer 2018 release, but hopefully it won't take too long to port this one over. So yeah, this is a good idea. This is great.
I think I'm gonna double dip on this.
I'll check.
I didn't have to.
That's pretty damn cool.
This game is great. Like,
cute. I like it.
I know that we're on that whole like we're tired of like 8-bit games wave, but like this. But this is one of those games. But like this is one of those games where it's just like beautiful for no reason. Like the production value of this game, whether they do the cutscenes, like it's like some crazy visuals in this game. Like it's so.
I don't mind some of these type of games if they're done well, and this one's done well, so I could definitely put some money down.
Yeah, there's some 8-bit games I'll make an exception.
But some of these 8-bit games they can just go away.
Too many. It's hard for some to stand out.
Like, but they have to be super special. Like for me, like Dandara was one of those games that was like super special. Like the way that it looks is like there's a lot of games that's not touching Dandara. And I feel the same way about Hyper Light Drifter. Like the way that this game looks, like I think Kuuppon, you were watching my stream one time when I was streaming this game.
Yeah.
Like it had like some cinematics, like with the 8-bit style, and it was like, bro, like this is crazy looking right now. This game's tight, and the gameplay is tight. So I will definitely be double dipping for this on the Switch to be able to play it on the go.
Well, that's exciting. This is a pretty like high profile indie game, so that's nice.
Yes, very, very good production value for this one. I highly recommend this game.
And the fact that it
has drop in, drop out co-op if you have a loved one or a friend to play with.
Co-op too? That's good.
Yes.
Ooh, that's what's up.
Yes, it does.
And also,
me and Daniel got our asses kicked trying to play this game together.
Does it
and
like harder if you play with 2 people or something?
It's hard regardless, but like when people make like say jokey things about how a game is like a Dark Souls, like this is literally like the Dark Souls of like of pixelated indie games. Because like it's kind of like boss centric. You know what I mean?
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Fury's on the Switch too, right?
Not yet. I think it's coming. Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
That game too. Too many freaking indies coming to this thing.
I know, right?
There's so many good indies coming.
Can't keep up.
Because there was so many trash ones on the Wii U. Like, oh my freaking gosh.
Ew, dead ass console. Ew.
Like there were some gems like the fall and like.
I think I'll buy this on Switch just because they abandoned the Wii U. That shit's hilarious. I think I'll give them money for that. That's funny as hell.
Oh crap! I accidentally clicked on
the Fury was coming. I didn't think Fury was already on the Switch.
Oh, yeah, it's coming. It's already on there?
I thought it was.
Is it already on? I think it's coming.
It would have been nice to have known.
It see, that's why they need to fix this. Which we will talk about also.
Oh yeah, which I guess we'll be talking about that.
I didn't know it was on. I thought it was just coming down the line. I know it was already on there.
See, stuff getting overshadowed.
Thank you to the people in the chat for putting me up on game. Now I know.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, it's already here.
That's wild.
Yeah, right there.
Nintendo got to do something about this shop, bro.
It's $24 here, so I'll earn.
That's crazy.
I'll get 120 gold coins if I buy this game.
Let me put that on my wish list then. That's crazy. I didn't even know. Nintendo.
Shit, this came out in January.
Wait, what?
Damn.
That's what I be talking about. They need to fix their
And
stuff.
it's already like off the. You can't even see it on the first couple pages.
That's crazy.
That's nuts. Man, if
That's
you don't
wild.
get these indie games like the week they come out, you'll never see them again.
Exactly, because I've never seen this game on the eShop.
Oh,
And I check the eShop regularly enough, so.
Yeah. All right,
That's
well,
wild.
I'm going to switch up to the next little topic here, which is Nintendo reveals the 10 best-selling indie games on the Switch. Players of indie games on the Switch are driven in great part by nostalgia, Nintendo said today at the Game Developers Conference event, at which it revealed the top 10 best-selling Switch indie games at a list that includes Celeste, Stardew Valley, and Shovel Knight. Nintendo fans really tap into those games that share inspiration or have a sense of nostalgia with tried and true franchises, maybe games they grew up playing when they were younger, said Damon Baker, Nintendo's frontman for its indie efforts. Baker did not say how many units each game sold or list the games in any particular order, but the top 10 best-selling indies on Switch are as follows. SteamWorld Dig 2, Stardew Valley, Camino, it's supposed to be Camino, not Kamiko. They made an excerpt down below saying that they said the name wrong.
Really? I thought it was called Kamiko.
I thought it was.
That's what they wrote, but at the bottom it said update. It's called Camino. And I don't know why they wouldn't have just switched it up here.
It's even Kamiko on the shop.
Yeah, the store shows.
So is it wrong on the shop too?
I don't know. They're just saying down here. They said they called it. Oh, okay. They said they called it Camino. Okay, never mind. My bad. I read it wrong. I was about to say, I'm like, what the hell? And why wouldn't you fix it up here? So Kamiko, Celeste, Fast, RMX, Golf Story, Enter the Dungeon or Gungeon. Oh, Gungeon, Overcooked, NBA Playgrounds, and Shovel Knight Treasure Trove. So that's pretty cool.
I'm actually very surprised by how Overcooked has been killing them. Like Overcooked has been consistently in the top 15 since it came out. Like it's wild.
My thing is, it's not like a game you could play with co-op online though.
It's amazing.
It's still doing good. I want to play it, but I don't know. And I'm not about to sit there and play that shit. That game is too crazy.
Somebody to play with you. That game is too good. Like it's.
Oh, I know.
It's great.
Like,
I'm actually surprised Fast RMX is there. I never see it on the top list.
Yeah, unless it sold really good when it first came out and kind of dropped off or something. Because remember, it was a launch game. It was one of the first games that was on the shop.
Like the game.
But shout outs to SteamWorld Dig 2. That's an amazing game. I love that game. It's Golf Story.
Like 10 times better on Switch than PC or something.
Yes, it was a crazy amount. Like it was wild.
And Celeste sold 20 times better on Switch.
Yeah, I saw that. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I need to get that game. Unforgiven's always raving about it.
I still haven't.
Oh man, Unforgiven. I promise I will get to Celeste because Unforgiven actually purchased it for me on Steam. But Celeste was one of those kind of games. I was like, I don't know if I like because it seemed like another one of those typical 8-bit games. But people saying it's tight, so I'll check it out.
You're scared. That's all.
What am I scared of? What?
You can't beat that game.
What?
It's too hard for you.
Because when I saw it, I was like, okay, this looks like one of those just rinky-dink, like, hey, we're an 8-bit game.
What is this? What are they saying in the chat here? Oh my god, Muhammad, nobody cares about Thieves guy.
But people keep talking about how fire Celeste is, so I believe y'all.
It's the highest rated game on the Switch outside of Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's crazy.
So that's good. Those are doing well.
You know what's gonna beat it in ratings?
What?
That sushi game, bro.
Oh come on. Okay. So.
Yeah, that sushi game looks like garbage. Sorry.
Oh, so we got some sales now. Is it a cell phone? I don't like that they're bringing some cell phone games too. Like no. Okay. The sushi. I'm gonna get the sushi game and play it anyway. I
don't mind because Implosion was tight and that's a cell phone game.
I'm gonna get it just for the hell of it. Implosion was good though. Like don't bring no random raggedy Random raggedy game over here, but anyway, next topic. Nike, according to one estimate, Switch global sales will reach at least 200 million units. So, So
what?
What?
I don't know about that one, fam.
More than the PS2.
200 million.
That's what Nike or Nikkei. I'm gonna say Nikkei. So Nikkei posted a new article about the huge turnaround that Nintendo has had because of Switch success. In fact, Nikkei is reporting that the Nikkei is reporting that the Nintendo now ranks at the most heavily traded stock in the Tokyo market over the past year. The company's stock prices have more than doubled since the release of the Switch. Everyone that contributes to the Switch, no matter how small that contribution is, has seen an increase in shares. For example, third-party publisher Capcom hit a 17-year high Monday on strong earnings and growing hopes tied to planned titles for the Switch. But we gonna keep watching. We're gonna wait and see. We're gonna look. Capcom. But that's not all.
They hate money.
I mean, like,
They're
dude.
allergic to money.
We're gonna wait and see. But even outside buyers have had success. Nikkei says that Nintendo buys few parts from outside suppliers than Apple, yet is influential enough to lift profits at some electronic parts developers. Shares have skyrocketed 62% for Mine by Mitsu since the debut of the Switch, as the company is thought to build the device. Hosiden, which also assembles the Switch, and supplier Megachips have surged more than 30% each. As for what that's a lot. As for what the Switch's future holds, that resulted in Nikkei's most shocking news. Hideki Yasuda at Ace Research Institute says that it is highly possible that the company earns a record profit in fiscal 2019. Nikkei is also reporting that global sales will reach at least 200 million units, about twice as many as for the Wii, according to one estimate. Nintendo sees its operating profit more than quintupling to 160 billion yen this fiscal year.
Where the hell are they getting 200 million from?
I don't know.
200 million? Crazy amount.
200 million,
That's
double the Wii. It's like
exactly.
It's outpacing the Wii a little bit, but not double.
Not by that much. I'm just like, huh? Like,
what
numbers?
I was kind of thinking like Switch would do 100-ish million.
But somebody made a good point, though. I think it was actually Mr. T who said this.
Yeah.
Because the Switch is a handheld, you can have more than one in your house.
That's true. Like,
True.
I have two.
But I still think 200 million is a crazy amount. Like, that's still crazy to me.
That's a big
That'd be
number.
crazy if it is, but like that is true. So, well, not everyone's gonna buy multiple Switches, but like that is true. If you have kids, you probably want your own.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless you're real. But
oh no! Stop! No! Don't do them like that.
Okay, so I didn't see that real and
Real needs to just buy his wife a Switch because she's gonna be beasting on Splatoon and he's never gonna get to play it anyway.
Right?
Well, you don't want to anyways. What's the difference?
Oh, no! Right.
Oh, snap! So, speaking of eShop stuff, Nintendo will improve the eShop on Switch with aim of increasing discoverability of your Nindies game.
Oh my god!
Hallelujah! Hallelujah! I'm twerking, but you can't see me. So let's see what the hell they're talking about here. So the Switch has been hugely successful for third parties, especially independent game developers, so far. But it has an issue. You see, the Switch eShop is extremely simplistic. It has minimal organization features and is terrible for discoverability.
Yep.
This was more or less okay when the volume of releases on Switch wasn't that high, but given the tidal wave of new releases the platform gets every month, this is becoming more and more of an issue. How y'all feel about it?
It's like more than 10 games a week now.
Right?
Yeah,
It's
it's crazy.
Hell, you don't know about half of the stuff. And then for people like myself who don't be in the eShop all day, every day, I might come back after a couple of months.
The eShop every day, like that's not happening.
Right. So I might come back in a couple of months, go in there and be like, what's new? And I don't know what's new.
Exactly.
New?
If you miss like a week, like you're lost.
You missed a lot.
Yeah, you missed a lot of good games. Like I just got Guns, Gore, and Cannoli. Apparently that came out in January. I just found it now because I saw they announced Guns, Gore, and Cannoli 2.
That's wild. Just like how you figured out that freaking Fury was on the show.
Was on the show. Like we just
crazy.
Like fix your shit. So let's see what else they're talking about here.
Yeah,
so
that's definitely one thing that Wii U did better was that better shop.
You know what they need to do? User reviews, and then be able to sort by like star ratings by users.
That's true.
That would help a lot.
Yeah,
could do that.
That would help a lot.
They should have multiple sections, like one by star reviews, one by genre, one by multiplayer or not, like the Wii U eShop was.
Even like the way you search by price point makes no sense. There's one like up to $10, then the next one's like 15 to 50. Like that's a
like what's the print? Like it's so broad.
That's so broad.
It's like, oh, I'm down here with like 10.
One up to $10, then $10 to
$5, stuff
20
like
to 30,
that.
30 to 40, 40 to 50,
Right.
50 to 60.
It's crazy how unorganized the shop is.
I don't understand. Like whoever's working on that eShop is slacking.
They seriously.
They probably fired him with this. And we got fired. We got to make an announcement update it. So I'm just gonna read a little more of the article. So if games are hard to discover, then they might not sell, and if they don't sell, then the third parties will stop bothering putting them on the Switch, which they still sell.
True.
Like they still sell, but that is a possibility.
That first week.
Like on that first week. So, which is naturally a situation the company wants to avoid. That is why, speaking at a GDC panel today, Nintendo confirmed it will be looking to improve the eShop and Switch with the aim increasing the discoverability of the game. We have heard the feedback from fans loud and clear about the limitation of Nintendo eShop. Nintendo's Damon Baker said at the panel, I can assure you that steps are being taken over the course of the coming year to improve the functionality in terms of discoverability and visibility to highlight all of the great content. He also added that Nintendo would be increasing its highlighting of third-party games on its website and social media channels. So that's good because right now, every few weeks or so, you scroll through, you can't find crap.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't find nothing. But that's
Shantae
good.
and the Pirate's Curse just came out yesterday, so that's a good game.
Yeah.
You want a good indie game?
So go ahead and put that on your wish list before it's gone next week.
I gotta do that right now.
That's essentially what I use the wish list for. Like I use the wish list to put stuff that I know I want on there because I'm never.
Because you know you're never gonna see it.
You're not gonna find it otherwise.
Oh man, this game looks terrible. Swim Out.
Wait, what?
It's like a cell phone game.
Oh my god, it probably is.
Ew, this is gross.
All right, let's see what's up here.
There's a lot of new games on here.
Is this that sushi game they were talking about? That despite whatever the fuck. Attack on Titan's still at the front of the game.
That just
yeah, Swim Out. I saw it. Anyway, next topic. So it's a video. It's Detective Pikachu's commercial. Fucking detective. So Nintendo of America. Probably don't. It'll get copyrighted. Nintendo of America is busy preparing for the release of the upcoming Detective Pikachu on the Nintendo 3DS. The company has revealed the game's commercial today, which is titled Solve the Mystery in Rhyme City. The game is set to be released on March 23rd in North America, Europe, and Australia and New Zealand. So I'm looking at the commercial. It's kind of silly. Just listening to him talk.
His voice is so funny. He's so grizzled.
Oh my god. Anyway, but that's cool. It's cute. It's just I just gotta get used to the voice of Pikachu now because I'm used to that high pitch. Now I got grown ass man.
It should have been Danny DeVito.
Grown ass. Is he Danny DeVito?
It should have been Danny DeVito, but it's not.
Oh, I'm upset. Who did they pick? You know?
I don't know. Somebody who's not Danny DeVito.
It's not Danny DeVito.
Maybe Danny DeVito would be too.
Danny DeVito would have been a hilarious pick.
Danny DeVito would have been amazing.
I know, right?
I am not animal.
You're so cute. I'm not cute. Get all loud.
That should be wild. But this game, if you want a Pokemon game, this is not for you because it's not a Pokemon game.
It's not a Pokemon game. It's definitely
a detective game. So if you want to play detective, then this you might enjoy this.
Now, if you want to play detective as a Pokemon, that's definitely for you.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a Detective Pikachu amiibo?
That amiibo looks so cool.
Oh, yeah.
It's huge, too.
I want it. Is it on sale yet? Is it on pre-order yet?
Same day as the game, or what?
I don't know. I'm going to find out so I can put it on pre-order because it's obvious we won't be able to get it otherwise.
That one's probably going to be very rare.
Yeah, it is. It'll be on eBay for $500 the next day. Watch.
Yeah.
So Nintendo explains that Splatoon was almost a game about rabbits. At the GDC 2018.
I feel like we've heard this before.
Have you?
I don't know. I feel like they've talked about it at a GDC.
The amiibo launches alongside the game.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Oh, so you can't get it separately?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It launches the same day.
It just launches with... Okay, gotcha. All right, so GDC 2018 has been taking place this week, and we've had some interesting developer talks and also reveals. One of the developer sessions, which took place during the event, was with the Splatoon team. Splatoon producer Hisashi Nogami revealed an early prototype of the game and said that the team's goal was to create something brand new and something that would be bound to other Nintendo franchises or genre. Our initial prototype was fairly simplistic. You'd move a cube-shaped character around a flat map, shooting black or white ink. We used cubes because they were easy to make and eventually ended up calling them blocks of tofu. Tofu, really? So, rabbits can... wait, hold on. Where the frick... My screen blanked out on me. Okay. Rabbits can be both black and white, making them easy to separate into teams. We also learned that rabbits are... Okay, hold on. I don't know why that's funny. We also learned that... Stop! It's not even funny. We also learned that rabbits are... Are you done?
I didn't do it. I'm drinking water.
You did! You did! I can see you drinking it too. That's the problem. Anyway, he's like, I only drink water. So we also learned that rabbits are apparently very territorial creatures. We wanted to use brightly colored inks and thought they would contrast well with the neutral color of the rabbits. Something about the concept still didn't sit right. Disconnect between gameplay and appearance. Their revelation came when one of the team's other directors started to break down exactly how the players' abilities would work during matches. When you were out in the open, you'd be able to attack. When you were submerged in ink, you wouldn't be able to attack, but you would be able to move more quickly and recover your strength. Squids were actually one of the original candidates, but we couldn't find a reason to choose one over the other. But once we thought of this ability to move quickly through ink as swimming, we discovered a strong reason to go with squids as our characters to further distinguish between these two ability states. We decided to have the character take on a more human appearance while not submerged in ink, and so our characters were born, squids that can transform into people. It might seem a bit strange to you, but as developers, nothing could make us happier than seeing the characters we create mean so much to people. So there you have it.
That was a great idea, actually.
Yep.
They would have been rabbits.
Idea on their part.
I'm glad they're not rabbits.
And could you imagine? That would be the weirdest thing.
It would have looked. We wouldn't know. We wouldn't have felt it being weird, but I don't think it would have did rabbits. Honestly,
I
don't know.
Work though, because they can go underground and like still like move.
They could have burrowed.
Yeah, they could have burrowed. You could see like the mud moving on top. Like it's the same concept, but I think the squid makes more sense.
Yeah,
definitely as far as the ink is concerned. So okay, so you guys have the Kirby topic, right? You found it.
Okay.
Because I think
Kirby Star Allies gobbles its way.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure Alex had it because he said. Okay, cool. All right, so Kirby Star Allies gobbles its way to the top of the Japanese charts. Hey, look at that. Kirby's doing well. So Media Create data for the Japanese multi-format chart is in. Hot off the digital press, and it shows Kirby Star Allies arriving on Japanese shores with quite the impressive debut. It enters the charts at number 1 with 222,031 copies sold in its first week. Splatoon 2 has also had a great week, surging back up the charts to number 2 with 30,471 copies sold last week. And so they have a whole list here. I'm just going to read the ones that are Nintendo, which are marked red, which are in their respective spots, which is Kirby Star Allies at number 1, Splatoon 2 at number 2, Attack on Titan 2, the Switch version at number 4, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe at 7, you have Breath of the Wild at 9, Super Mario Odyssey at 10, Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon at 12, and Mario plus Rabbids at 19. So that's not too
Mario
bad.
Odyssey has outsold Pokemon Sun and Moon?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
That's kind of interesting, actually.
Oh, I did not.
Don't Pokemon games always outsell Mario for the most part?
Japan usually.
You would think in Japan, yeah. Maybe this one wasn't a great one. But this is the 3DS version, though.
Yeah, look at that. Mario Rabbids total is less than Kirby's debut.
Dang.
That's messed up.
That's crazy.
That is sad.
That's messed up. That game came out
They didn't
months
really-
ago.
Yeah, they didn't like that game out there,
Not like that
apparently.
game at all, I guess.
Can't win them all, I guess.
Where's the Xbox games?
Stop. I was trying to move. I was trying to get to the...
I was just asking a
Is that
question.
Damn it! I knew it was coming. I was like, hurry up. Next topic.
Oh,
Yeah.
Switch did well. 54,000 this week.
Send all of your hate mail to Alex at Activesin.
With his goofy hat.
I know, right?
Joe
I
had to
never
copy
could
my
fi-
hat. He bought this
I
hat.
never could find one. I'm
He
mad
needs
because I
to
couldn't
stick
get
with
one.
his Eslo hat. Let the freak.
Yeah, this is my
Right,
hat.
and well, at least he ain't freaking what's the name with his freaking hat? His little what's that?
Eslo
Yeah, who?
from
Minish Cap.
Minish Cap.
The Minish Cap. Yeah, what's his name?
That's his, but that's his
That's what he wears,
signature.
That's all he wears.
That's his signature, though.
That's what he wears. It just looks so funny on him, though.
Yeah, it does.
Bald-headed black man wearing this weird ass.
Oh, man.
He's awesome, though. We love him.
14. What a huge gap. 54,000 for Switch. PlayStation 4 is 14,000.
Dang.
That's for the Pro did 8,000. That's not bad. It's more than
The
half.
Switch is killing it in
This
Japan.
is
really
doing some stuff.
Oh, you know who's not killing it?
Okay, stop. No.
Killing it right now.
Funimation really wants Goku to join the roster in Super Smash Bros. So we moving on.
If Goku becomes a playable character in Smash, I'm getting a fade.
I don't,
Like I'm
I
gonna
don't
put it like this. Hold up. Let me read this.
Fuck Goku.
So Super Smash Bros. Is real. It's really coming and turned that Nintendo Direct into one of the most talked about broadcasts of the year. Now we're wondering which fighters are going to be joining the fray come its release, especially when it comes to those surprise cameos. And in an innocent, lighthearted tweet at Nintendo, distributor Funimation thinks a certain hero from Dragon Ball series would be perfect fit. Following on from the success of Dragon Ball FighterZ, there's clearly a huge market for Goku and the gang when it comes to virtual fisticuffs, and what better place to go Super Saiyan than with Mario, Link, and the rest of Smash gang. So they Funimation sent a tweet out, and they're like, at Nintendo America, hey Nintendo, when's our boy Goku going to join the fight? Hashtag Nintendo Direct, hashtag Bros Smash. First and foremost, let me just say this. I don't think it's gonna happen. Would be interesting, but I don't see the point in it, and it's not because he's an anime character, because he's now synonymous with gaming as well. It's just to me, he don't fit for Smash. He don't fit for Smash.
He's too goofy, but I can't really say that because there's a lot of goofy characters.
He just doesn't fit for Smash in the way that the way that they made Cloud fit, they made Bayonetta fit, the way they made Ryu fit, stuff like that. He doesn't fit in that same sense. Like you would think those guys wouldn't fit either, but somehow they made it work. Maybe Sakurai can make him work. I don't know. But for me, I honestly don't really care if he is or isn't in there, but I prefer if he isn't, because if he's going to take a slot.
Goku has like 12 evolutions. How
Like,
are they
he
gonna
has-
put all that shit in there?
Yeah, they can't put all that in there. They can only put so much. So I honestly don't think they should do that. Like, Unless they're just gonna put original, run-of-the-mill Goku with his stick and his freaking cloud and can't go Super Saiyan Goku, and that's gonna be boring. People want to go Super Saiyan, so no, I don't see it working. I don't know. We'll see.
I would rather have Sora brought in from Kingdom Hearts and then also announce Kingdom Hearts 3.
Or Neku from freaking The World Ends from with you. Something.
From Final Fantasy 15.
Like something like.
Sorry, nah.
Yeah.
Not feeling the Goku thing.
I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not really feeling Goku. But at the same time, I feel like if Goku was gonna be in the game, like, they kind of missed their opportunity because Bandai Namco was the ones who actually made Super Smash Bros. 4.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that there wasn't like any Xenoverse games on the Wii U, but like, they could have done it if they wanted to. Because I mean, Snake was in the freaking Wii version of Brawl, you know what I'm saying? But there wasn't a Metal Gear game on the Wii. Well, there was that one game, that remake or whatever, but
not worth it.
I don't know. Whatever.
I mean, it'll happen if it happens. If it don't, but I just don't see it being.
I would rather not have.
I would rather it not happen because I'd rather.
I'm kind of biased because I'm not really like an anime head, so I feel like Dragon Ball is just too much. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I like Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball's great. I just don't want Goku and Smash for some reason. It's just
put it like this. Put it like this. This is how I see it. I don't think Goku will make it, but I have a strong suspicion we're gonna see Ashley, Shantae, and Shovel Knight in Smash this time.
That's possible. Have them than Goku anyway.
Like I think that's what we're gonna get. And if they are gonna be in there, then I don't need no because he's just gonna take a slot that they could be in.
Plus, this is a stupid reason, but Goku's a bad dad, and Nintendo likes good parents.
And I mean, if they're gonna, and my thing, if they're gonna put anybody in the game, they might as well put the good dad, which is Vegeta.
If Vegeta was in the game, I'd be all for it, not Goku.
Right, but not Goku. That's just me. I'm biased. I like Vegeta over Goku. Fuck a Goku.
As long as it's not Piccolo.
He's a good dad. Everything. He's a prince. All that.
Piccolo's dad of the year.
Yeah.
Piccolo.
He's dad of the year for other people's kids.
Okay, so our next topic is third-party Nintendo Switch docks could be bricking consoles, and I love the little I love the subtext underneath. This, "What's up, doc?"
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, that's so cheesy, but it's funny. So if you're using a third-party dock with your Switch, then you might want to revert back to the official option for the foreseeable future, as we're seeing numerous reports that said docks are bricking consoles after recent 5.0 system update. A wide range of dock options are available on the market, many of which are smaller and more portable than the one you get with the Switch itself. Unsurprisingly, many Switch owners have picked these up to use either as a second dock elsewhere in the house or as a portable option for when they visit friends or relatives. So YouTuber Spawnwave, I saw his video actually on it, posted this video after the Switch died and cited the Nyko dock as the cause of the fall. Nyko has since offered to replace the console, which seems to suggest some degree of culpability in this case. Got me tongue-tied over here all of a sudden. So yeah,
there's a lot of shit inside the Switch,
Yeah. Ooh, they opened it too. Yeah. Cool. But yeah, I would just say be mindful. Docks on third party, like your third party docks, if you have any, guys, like maybe wait to see.
Understand what's causing it, because like it's just a software update and it's just a damn dock. What the hell did they?
Well, some software updates can cause a problem. Like
Nintendo's like purposely.
It seems like it's only really the Nyko version, though.
Like what it could be is like after the software update, something in the isn't compatible with the Nyko, and so it'll brick it, thinking it's like trying to break into the system or it's trying to do something to the system, so it just bricks it, because then you know how Nintendo is. They don't want people doing anything to their systems, so they'd rather brick it than just, I don't know, just make it not work, as opposed to just having the system just be
I don't like that.
It could be maybe the Nyko, maybe the Nyko version is using some kind of like workaround or something to work or something.
I don't see why. All it does is charge.
It's just charging the dock, so like,
it charges, but it also displays. It works just like a regular dock.
Yeah, but like, what difference will they have to do to display? I just don't understand why they would circumvent something when it's just a display to a TV and charge. Doesn't make any sense. Whatever. Don't buy third-party docks. Is the moral of the story. Buy Nintendo's overpriced dock. That way you don't have to worry.
So much money.
Oh my god.
Like freaking A.
I honestly want a second dock from my other room with the TV, but I don't want to. Those things are $100 here.
That's crazy.
I don't want to spend $100 just to plop my Switch down on a second TV.
I mean, me personally, I don't really spiffy, dock or whatever. Like the one that we got it works. The one that comes with it works. It's fine.
The one that comes with it's fine. I just wanted a cheaper one.
It's
apparently that's gonna bust my.
I just
like the ones that are like don't have that cover. I just like the ones where you could just sit it down and it, and that's it. It could be like a stand for you to play, with friends or something, and also charge as well as you just putting it there and not messing up the screen. But
apparently it's gonna blow up your Switch, so don't bother.
Yeah, so don't use them. Your Switch will get blown up. So
before you do that, I would check to see if the other versions are messing up.
Yeah, check some other versions too. See how they're doing.
Because I haven't heard anything.
I saw a video on YouTube where one guy tested out all of them.
Yeah, ended up it messed up on all of them.
I didn't watch the end. I just saw the video.
Because I know the Insignia one is actually pretty good. I hear a lot of people think that one is really good.
I think most of the time, most of them you won't know until your system's dead anyway. So it's like.
But you know what? To be fair, I heard bad things about this Nyko dock before this even came up.
Right.
Like I know people who said that they
Nyko isn't always that great anyway. Like, don't they always have problems with their third-party shit?
I think when it comes to this, I would just err on the side of caution and just get the Nintendo.
Yeah, definitely. Just hold out for now until we get more
information. How mad would you be if some stupid-ass dock broke your Switch and you lost your Zelda save file? So.
Oh, I would be so upset.
It's not worth it to save $30 or whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, so just for the PSA for everyone, be mindful of third-party docks. If you have one, I would advise you take it off of the dock now and go back to the original until they figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Also, a further instance where Nintendo would really come out on top if they would just give us cloud saves.
Yep.
But
I mean, just saying.
Not gonna happen
This is
anytime
a perfect
today.
example of why we need cloud saves, because Spawnwave, as far as I understand, he lost all his save files, right?
Yeah, he did.
The same thing happened to Altano from IGN. He lost all his save files too.
Yep.
And
there's not a way to get it back.
You are not in the mood to be trying to play a game.
Absolutely.
If I lost my save file for Zelda, I would just sell the fucking game. I'm not going through it again. I spent too many hours in that game.
I would be so upset.
I would get rid of that game because I'm not going to start from scratch again.
Yep.
So on the weirdness meter, Mario Tennis Aces artwork triggers an unlikely discussion about Luigi's lunchbox.
Oh no!
That's what we're calling it now. Lunchbox.
Not
all right.
Luigi's linguini.
Hold on to your lunchbox, Alex.
Oh God.
Way. When Mario proudly shed his overalls for Super Mario Odyssey, it almost broke the internet. Okay, it didn't, but work around to a hole in the Nintendo Life office. So, they're so stupid over there in Nintendo Life. So now we're seeing a discussion occur online that could potentially dwarf Nipplegate. Is that what they called it?
Nipplegate. Yeah, that was a real thing.
They actually called it Nipplegate. Okay. Yeah. So, and as usual, it's Mario's lanky sibling who is stealing all of the column inches. Wow. This article, though, I need them to stop with the corn. Artwork for the forthcoming Mario Tennis Aces shows Luigi in a pair of particularly tight shorts, so tight, in fact, that they probably show the unmistakable outline of his lunchbox.
Why is he called it a lunchbox?
I don't fucking know.
Is he mean that these things are meant to be eaten?
I was waiting for it. I was gonna say something, but I was like, I don't want to because Alex. And there it is. Generally speaking, no, you're not supposed to eat them, but they are.
And why lunchbox? Doesn't Luigi's linguini make more sense?
or cucumber, maybe. Luigi's cucumber. That's what we're calling it because he's green. So any normal person would simply brush this off as Nintendo's striving for a little occurrence, but common guy. But come on, guys, this is the internet we're talking about here. So yeah.
Honestly, I don't see what the big deal is. Like,
it's like just all they gotta do is just maybe.
If Mario has nipples, Luigi has a dong.
Should have the other appendage. Is all I'm saying.
Luigi's got he's got everything, man. He's got it all.
Like he's got the death eye. Now he has apparent.
Now he's got the lunchbox.
Can't. I mean,
that's why
they are actually estimating the size of Luigi's nether region. So what?
Guys, this is video game in 2008.
Hold up. Remember not too long ago, they were disrespecting Luigi. This is his way of getting them back. Hey, y'all. Me, but I have a lunchbox. It's there. My brother might have the nipples, but I have the actual package.
Oh my God.
That's hilarious. Freaking Mario with the nipples and now Luigi with the package.
Yeah. Does that mean Princess Peach is gonna get the booty? Who knows?
No,
she ain't got no butt. That's all her freaking. That's all of her freaking dress. That ain't got nothing to do. She ain't got no butt. It's probably chest. She probably got the chest. I'll give her the chest. I think who has the butt is they actually were showing a picture of what's her name? Freaking Rosalina in her little
Is that a real
tennis outfit?
That was like a fan made one.
I thought so.
Oh, that was okay. I was about to say. I was like,
I think her name in that picture was Thickalina. I don't know.
Thickalina.
It still said Unforgiven. Luigi.zip.
But yeah,
anyway,
Luigi's got a dong.
He's got the package.
Mario Aces is a strangely sexualized game.
Really is. We got Suave Luigi. We got Luigi with the package. This is too much going on.
We got Mario's booty. We got Peach. We got skin tight outfit.
This dude said Titalina. Oh my Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, moving on, because the chat is going to erupt into all kinds of lunchbox jokes.
Oh.
If it already hasn't. Degenerates. You degenerates.
Degenerates.
You guys are all degenerates.
Degenerates.
So, remember when they were talking about Diablo? So, Diablo 3 for the Nintendo Switch gets a retail listing. We've heard rumors for quite some time that Activision Blizzard is looking to unleash the mighty Diablo 3 mighty on the Nintendo Switch. Respected publication, right? Eurogamer recently said that they had heard from their sources that the rumor is indeed true and the game is coming. Now retailer Cool Shop has put up a listing for the game. Cool Shop, man. But now all we have to do is wait for Activision Blizzard to confirm it and provide us with a release date. Quite frankly, I honestly don't give a shit about Diablo 3. Like,
me either. I played it on PC. It's nowhere near as good as Diablo 2.
It's devolved into the fuck.
This is
like,
not the
people
game.
are.
This is not the game to put on the Switch. I'm sorry.
It just isn't. Like with all the games they have.
Yeah, Activision has so many games. Why did they pick this game?
They had to pick this. Like, stop. Like,
where's Call of Duty? Where's
I'm pretty sure Call of Duty might come.
Well, like, why are we getting this garbage?
Who knows?
Oh, whatever.
Just don't put Destiny on here. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't think anybody wants Destiny.
Nobody wants Destiny now. Not with the way it is.
Too much going on.
Too much.
But we are getting Crash Bandicoot.
Ew.
He's coming to Smash.
That's from Activision, so whatever. They're putting something.
Yeah, but Crash Bandicoot's going to
Smash
Smash.
would actually be pretty awesome.
It'll work.
Ew.
It would work.
It'll work. That's what's sad about it.
I'd rather have.
I mean, but it'll work.
Ew.
What if we get Spyro? Spyro and Smash.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I'm kind of over Spyro at this
How
point.
dare you?
How dare you? I'm just saying that, like, they taking all this time to do anything with them. Put them in that whatever that was back in the day. What was that game? That stupid overworld game that they made that bombed horribly, and then now we don't have freaking Spyro anymore. So he's gone. Whatever.
I don't know what game they're talking about.
I forgot the name of it. I gotta look it up. I'll tell you. later, but it's some stupid ass game that they tried to bring him back to.
Oh, I see.
Anyway, so we're gonna go over the February NPD 2018. Monster Hunter repeats as top game in the US. Boom chicka wow wow, doing it. I'm twerking on camera, but I don't have a camera that works. So yeah, so game consumers in the United States are dropping money on hardware and games, even as February had a dearth of earth-shattering new releases. The industry is so hot right now that it can't help but generate year-over-year growth with 995 million in total sales, according to industry tracking firm, the NPD Group. That's up 23% from 811 million during the same period in 2017. Here are the numbers of February 2018. Total, 995 million, up 23% from their 811 million in February 2017. Their hardware is 316 million, up 55% from 204 million. PC and console software is 397 million, flat from 397 million, so they haven't. It's just the same. Accessories, 282 million, up 35% from 250. The accessories just stay the same.
And Xbox bought controller after controller.
You guys are keeping the hope alive, I guess.
That's wild.
So year-to-date, 2018 spending across video game, hardware, software, and accessories is up 39% when compared to the same period a year ago to 2.1 billion. NPD analysis, Matt Piscatelli said, growth has occurred across all categories, with hardware being the primary sales performance driver. It's important to keep in mind that NPD's report has some gaps in it. It does not report digital sale data for every publisher. It also does not include DLC, microtransactions, or mobile. So this is a snapshot of wider, more dynamic market. You know something? I need these NPDs to start showing us from now on. Like, I'm tired of this whole, it doesn't show digital sales.
Microsoft and Nintendo and Sony don't release digital numbers.
They need to start doing that. That needs to be mandatory now. Somehow, some way, that needs to be a mandatory. But hey, whatever. So software, we have a list of like all the games that are, I guess, top sellers or something. So Monster Hunter World is top of the list. We have Call of Duty World War II. We have NBA 2K18, Dragon Ball Fighters, Grand Theft Auto 5. Damn, it's still... This game won't die.
That game will never
This game won't die. You guys are never going to see another Grand Theft Auto.
It's been in the top 10 every single month since the game launched.
That's wild.
Like, this game won't die. You're never going to see Grand Theft Auto 6. We're done. Actually, it's over. So Shadow of the Colossus also made it.
Hey, nice.
Awesome.
UFC 3. That's just a copy-paste of UFC 2. Why don't you buy that?
Ew, Garbo.
Garbo. Kingdom Come Deliverance, Mario Kart 8.
Hey, Mario Kart 7, goddamn.
Yeah, Super Mario Odyssey also.
Hey, Odyssey.
Both of them in the top 10, so that's cool. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Here. I don't see any Xbox exclusives, so I don't want
to... Oh, stop it. Players Unknown Battleground, Bayonetta 2, Madden NFL 18, Assassin's Creed Origins. I know, poor baby. FIFA 18, Sword Art Online, Fatal Bullet. Why is this here? The Sims. Why is this here?
4 still top 20.
What
the hell?
And how did Star Wars Battlefront even get on here? Like, what is this?
Man, people just buy garbage.
So let's see, no digital sales included, and then no PC digital sales included for whatever games had these little asterisks on it. I'm not going to read the rest of the article. Oh, they have the Xbox One top sellers and PlayStation 4. So Xbox One, PlayStation 4 both have Monster Hunter World as their top sellers. Yep. For Nintendo Switch, physical only is Mario Kart 8 as its top seller, with Super Mario being second and Breath of the Wild third, Bayonetta 4, Splatoon 2, Pokemon Tournament.
Bayonetta 2 is number 4. That's not bad.
That's not bad at all, no. Then you have Mario and Rabbids, Kingdom Battles, Elder Scrolls, ARMS, and Dragon Quest Builders. That's your top 10 in the Nintendo Switch version. They have 3DS.
That's wild.
I know, right?
And I'm actually kind of surprised Dragon Quest Builders is up there.
Yeah, me too. I don't actually hear anybody talk about that game.
I haven't heard anybody talk about that, so I'm surprised.
Yeah. Fire. I don't have it yet, but that demo, I put a lot of time in the demo.
So we have the best-selling games of 2018 so far, with Monster being top, Dragon Ball Fighters at 2, Call of Duty World War II at 3, Grand Theft Auto 5, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, NBA 2K18, Super Mario Odyssey at 7, Mario Kart 8 at 8, The Legend of Zelda at 9, and UFC at 3 at 10.
Switch got 3 exclusives in the top 10 best-selling of 2018. That's nuts.
That's what's up. Best-selling games over the last 12 months. The top one is Call of Duty World War II. Yeah, let's see. We got Mario Kart 8 at 10. We got Super Mario Odyssey at 9.
Breath of the Wild at 5.
Breath of the Wild at 5, and then the rest are just kind of like, eh. And how is Star Wars making on this? Let's get out of here.
I know, right? It's ridiculous.
And then they talk about hardware and accessories, which, okay. Let's see what they talk about.
Nintendo and Microsoft both saw growth. What else?
And then, so I'll just read this real quick. So hardware spending in February 2018 when compared to the year ago, to 316 million, Pescatelli says. So spending gains were driven by growth in Switch and Xbox One hardware sales. For the 2018 year-to-date period, hardware spending has increased 79% to 594 million. The Switch phenom story continued in February. For example, Nintendo Switch remains on a record-setting sales pace. Over the first 12 months in market, Nintendo Switch has achieved the highest install base for a console platform in history. So then they talk about Sony and whatnot. So that's pretty cool. That's good. Good news.
Let's just read that one more time. Nintendo Switch remains on a record-setting sales pace over the first 12 months in the market. Nintendo Switch has achieved the highest install base for a console platform in history.
That's
greatest of all time. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
But people don't want to hear that. They want to hear it. Alex, what do you say to the people?
Huh? Where are these people now? Where are they?
That's what I want to know. Where is all these people at that were so sure Nintendo Switch was just not going to make it? A year later,
Wii U 2.0, guys.
Wii U 2.0. Nintendo's destined to fail. Blah, 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 blah.
And you know what's funny? You know what's even funnier is like some of them, they actually made videos apologizing for their stupidness. Those guys, cool, and you knew you were wrong, you announced, but where are the other ones? I need some more videos on apologies and people admitting that they're freaking stupid, because this is funny. They made history, you guys. They made history.
It's undeniable.
They made history, but hey,
you literally cannot deny it. It's written proof. It's the best-selling console in the first 12 months in history.
And the crazy thing is, some of these people participated in that by buying the console.
I know, right? Even Mr. B, he has one, and he's the biggest Switch hater out there.
When you buy the console, you contribute.
It's actually selling so well that he's gonna lose his bet, and he has to throw his PlayStation out a window.
Which he probably won't do, but hey, what else?
Amazing console. Maybe Microsoft can take a lesson from this.
I don't know, but hey.
Sony's PlayStation was #1 as usual. That's just is what it is.
That's cool. Nothing wrong with that.
Switch is gonna catch the Xbox this year.
They're talking about gamepads on here too.
Oh my god! I wonder why.
And then the PS4 DualShocker is also a bestseller for some odd reason. As far as accessories are concerned, it's the best-selling accessory.
The DualShock is a crappy controller and breaks down. You gotta buy two.
Exactly. People need
okay. That makes sense.
They keep breaking down.
They keep buying them.
They made it so it's always that you always have to go back and buy it. So
that controller's straight garbage.
Straight garbage. So our main topic is talking about the Nintendo Spring Showcase 2018. What we saw and what wasn't there. Because what the heck, Nintendo? You had plenty of freaking Nindies that we don't know about or that we didn't hear that were coming that you didn't talk about in the showcase. What the fuck? But anyway. So I picked this. I have this article mostly just to so we know what was talked about in the things and stuff. So I'm just gonna go roundtable style, like express how you felt about the direct. Did you enjoy what games you enjoyed? Were you looking forward to? What you would have liked to have seen in the direct and all that good stuff. Is essentially what we're talking about here. So who wants to go first? Did you watched it later, right?
I ended up watching it later. I couldn't
watch it with us. Yeah,
I was at work, but well, I guess I'll tell you my general thoughts before I go into what I actually kind of liked. Well, let's just say that I don't think it was very good. I think the reason why I don't think it was very good is because they didn't really show that many games that were standouts. Like a lot of the games that they showed, like they seem like they might be some cool like time wasters or something like that. But like there was nothing that you saw that made you go wow. Like for example, like in the first Nindy Direct that they have for the Switch, and I saw a couple of games that made me go like wow, like I really want to play that. Like Morphe's Law, for example.
They didn't talk about that, right?
Cool and interesting idea, you know. Like there was a lot of games that made you really interested in what the indie roadmap was going to look like for the Switch. I really didn't feel like that with this one. And I made a tweet actually on Twitter that there were a lot of really interesting looking games that were announced after the direct that they did not even hint at in the showcase. And I'm just going to tell you just a couple of ones that I saw in passing that I just saw people talking about and tweeting about. So they didn't show anything about Hollow Knight. There's a game called Nidhogg 2. It's actually a really popular game on Steam. They didn't show that at the showcase. Hover Revolt of Gamers, which is basically like a spiritual successor to Jet Set Radio that they did not talk about at the showcase. Of course, they didn't talk about Ark Survival Evolved, but that was discussed at GDC, so they probably wanted to do that themselves. So I kind of understand that, but that would have been a really big deal if they let Nintendo do it.
It would have
Hyper Light Drifter.
Made more sense to let Nintendo do it on the direct.
Yeah, exactly. It would get more attention. Hyper Light Drifter, which is like Super Fire, got no mention. There's this racing game called Grip that actually looks really, really cool and dope that they did not talk about. Some game called Rico I saw on Twitter looks really good. That 9 Monkeys of Shaolin, which we actually talked about earlier. They didn't show that at the showcase. There's this other game called Warp Shift by Deep Silver. It looks pretty cool. They didn't show that. Everspace, another popular game on PC, was not mentioned. Then there's this other game called RE Legend that was not in the showcase. It actually looks like a really dope RPG. But what they did show that I was interested in, and I'm just gonna go down the line here. They didn't really show that many. I think they showed about 12 games. So they showed Mark of the Ninja Remastered, which is actually a really good game. Like that's a really popular game also on the PC. Well, I don't know, it might be on consoles too. I just know people play it a lot on the PC. Fantasy Strike, a new fighting game, like an indie fighter, which actually looks really cool, I think. Just Shapes and Beats. I don't really know how I feel about this game because they didn't really show too much of it, but they showed that. This game called Garage by Tiny Build, and I'm here for pretty much anything by Tiny Build. They make some of the most weird games, but I love Tiny Build so much, so I'll probably check that out. And it's a top-down shooter, so I'm always here for those. Pool Panic is an Adult Swim game. It looks kind of weird and goofy, but that's just the nature of Adult Swim games. I wasn't really too interested in that. They showed a game called Bomb Chicken.
That game is so funny.
It's just like a whatever 8-bit game.
It's the Zelda chickens. It's the Cocos. They got mad.
They do kind of look like Cocos. I just felt like that was whatever, you know. They showed a game called Luminous Remaster, which kind of puts me in the mind of like Bejeweled / Tetris in a way. I like puzzle games. I think that one actually looks pretty polished, so it looks cool. I might check it out. They showed some game called Reigns, Kings, and Queens, which is like a role-playing game, but it's not like characters. It's just like scenarios that pops up on the screen.
It's like a card kind of text card game.
Yeah, it's kind of like a text RPG. It's kind of weird. I'm not really too interested in that.
Garbage like Gwent, you might like that shit.
I don't even think it's like Gwent. Like, it's not even like Gwent. It's more like a text RPG, like from back in the day. You know, but it's more like stylized or whatever. They showed a game called Lightfall. It looks pretty cool. They showed some game called West of Loathing, and it has like stick figures. Like, that doesn't look interesting to me. They showed.
I like the name though.
Yeah, I like the name, and it's supposed to be like a comedy, not really take it so serious. But it's like, I don't know how I feel about that. If you want to play a game like that, just play South Park. You know. They showed a game called Pole Days. I like the art style. I don't really see too much about it. I don't know. They didn't show enough, but it has a cool art style. And then they showed a game called The Messenger that kind of reminds me a lot of old school Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah.
Which looks pretty cool. And then they showed this game called Bad North. It's like a real-time strategy game. So if you like those strategy games where you have like an army and like you're using your army to strategize against another army, like that looks cool. I like strategy games, so I'm always looking to see, what new strategy games I can play. And then they also revealed that the Banner Saga 3 was coming, as well as Banner Saga 1 and 2, and I'm actually pretty excited about that. And to me, that was really the highlight of the show, because I actually like the Banner Saga games. I have them on the PC, and I will definitely double dip for them on the Switch until Fire Emblem comes, because I'm just kind of like, I like strategy games, so that's kind of my jam. But as far as like the whole presentation, it's like it just really wasn't that good. It really wasn't that exciting. Like, there's a couple of things that I looked at. I was like, okay, that's kind of interesting, but it didn't really wow me like the last one did. So
yeah,
I don't know. They got to do better with showing like more like. And I'm not saying that smaller games don't deserve to be showcased. They definitely do, but like you have to have a mix of bigger games and smaller games. Like, it can't all just be like one note the whole time.
And with all the stuff that they missed out on as far as the indies that you would think they would have crammed that into the show. Like, I understand you want the show to be short, but you can still afford to put a little extra in there.
That's what I'm saying.
How low key most of these games are, so that they get that publicity. Like they were just like, oh well, here's 12 games, yay, and then we'll talk about some games afterwards. Like, what they did with the last one, or the first one, when they first showcased the indies for the Switch in April of last year, like they showed some bigger games and they showed some smaller games, but they kind of did it kind of like a real type of thing for like the smaller games. They're like, oh yeah, and these and these and these and these, but then we also have Morphe's Law, and then we also have like they made
what else they showed, like they kind of switched it up
like they were tired or they didn't know what they were doing. It just seemed like they weren't all there, and I'm just like, come on. It wasn't like, for me, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. But I also went in not expecting a whole big big announcements. I just expected them to tell us about some unknown indies that maybe got under the radar, and there was quite a few that I didn't know about. We heard about today, because we're talking about them, but like, come on, you guys do better than that. I think indies deserve a really good, robust spotlight. I think they deserve it. They're doing wonders on the Switch. We need to give them a better spotlight than that.
Right, and then the amount of games that are coming to the Switch and the amount of good quality games that come. I feel like that's the most disappointing part, because we know that there's a lot of really good indies coming, but they just weren't in this show, and that's the most disappointing part.
And I think they should really show the quality type of indies, give those the bigger highlight, as opposed to some like I don't mind some of the quirky ones and some of the like fairly kind of like obscure ones. Those are fine and all, but definitely don't ignore the higher indies and stuff, because they need to get that spotlight, that shine, so people know about them, plus the quirky ones and the obscure ones as well. But don't just make like this direct seemed more for the quirky and like the not so hot on the market type indies. That's not saying that all of them were. There were some really good ones and stuff, but I mean,
Yeah,
But
like,
anyway,
I'm not saying don't show the quirky ones. Just
definitely
show other ones too.
Yeah, don't just
ones people
be for one.
Because like the thing with like the smaller ones, like for example, like a game like West of Loathing, like show it, but like when you show it next to like a Hyperlight Drifter, it makes you like, you know what? Hyperlight Drifter looks tight, and I might actually check out West of Loathing too, because I'm just excited right now. I'm like excited at what I'm looking at. You know what I'm saying? It's like
just give all of the indies, quirky or otherwise, like give all the spotlight. Don't tell us about Hyperlight Drifter after the damn direct.
Yeah.
On freaking Twitter or some dumb shit like that. Like, who?
I feel like people are more likely to pay attention to the little ones if they're next to big ones, because it makes them look good too. Like, oh, look at all these indies. Yeah, exactly. Like you're putting them on the same level. Exactly. That's the best way to put it.
So I just hope that the next Nindy showcase is gonna be similar to the one that they did for this one, where they actually showcased a lot of the quirky ones, a lot of the good, well thought out, high production ones, and all this stuff in between. Like, I want my high production, I want my quirky, and I want everything in between. I want a nice little Nindy sandwich.
Yeah.
Don't just give me bologna and expect me to be happy. Or don't just give me bread and expect me to just be like, what? Like, you can make toast with bread. Like, no, I want the bread, I want the, all the fixings, all of that, all together, and give me a nice little showcase. I understand the showcase isn't supposed to be long, but you could still have a decent showcase. It could still be 20, it could still be 15 minutes long, and you could still show us all these, different Nindies in a nice, constructive, quick little setup that you had without taking up too much time and too much space and too much energy, while still showcasing what some of these games do. Like, we didn't hear more about the No More Heroes, because it is kind of indie-ish in a sense of
I mean, but to be fair, they already talked about that in there.
Yeah, true, but they could have showed some off the cuff stuff. Like, give everything a chance. Like, the way that they're setting it up is they're making it, I guess, like 10 minutes long, I guess. So because they only have so much time, they can only put so much in there. And it's like, you don't have to set yourself to a certain time standard, It could be slightly longer. It doesn't have to be like 30 or, an hour long.
That show would have been a lot better if Damon Baker did and one more thing, and then show Hyper Light Drifter at the end.
Yeah. That would have been cool. Or, but... Like I said, like the time, I think the issue that I have is that they're setting a specific time constraint, which isn't really necessary. Like, I get that Nindies is going to take a lot of time to talk about, but at the same time, it's your show, so you don't have to set a time restraint for yourself.
That's the thing I don't understand, because it's their show, they're streaming it on their own YouTube channel and Twitch channel.
Right,
like,
so...
Why are they restricting it to 10, or I think this one was like 12 minutes?
I think this was like fairly short.
They only showed like 12 games. And
I feel like if you're going to do that, then just have little bits of time where you just do like a sizzle reel. Why not do that?
I could have had a sizzle reel and showed a bunch of games. Like, I'll just kind of give my thoughts now then. Mark and Ninja was good. Fantasy Strike, I don't care. Just Shapes and Beats, that's Garbo. That Garage game looked alright, but we didn't see enough of it. That Pool Panic game looks very strange. It might be fun, but who knows. Bomb Chicken looked dope. Luminous, don't care. Reigns, King and Queens, that's definitely Garbo. Lightfall looks really cool.
Really good.
That was one of the highlights of the show for me. It gave me a very big Ori and the Blind Forest feel. West of Loathing. I actually think this might be a funny game. It's supposed to be like a comedy RPG. I might actually enjoy that. Pode, nice visuals, but that looks like it's going to be a very casual, easy game. Not for me. The Messenger, that looks dope. Bad North, don't care. Banner Saga, again, don't care. So a lot of the shit I didn't care for is kind of boring show. There's a few good games, standout games, but then like that 9 Monkeys of Shaolin, that game looks really cool. Why didn't they show that? I've never even seen this game before.
Yeah, that game looks tight.
This game is better than almost anything they showed on the show.
It really is.
I don't understand that. Shadowbug, that's a good game. It's a smaller title. Why didn't they show this? This comes out soon. It actually comes out this month.
Right.
It actually comes out in 9 days. And they didn't
That's
show
crazy.
it. And like nobody knew this was coming to the Switch. I don't understand that. Hyper Light Drifter. This is a high-profile indie game. They don't put it on their indie showcase show. They decide to tweet instead. Like, I don't understand that. That doesn't make any sense. And that Grid game, I was watching the gameplay while you were talking. That game looks pretty cool. I've never heard of this game. And that's coming later this year. Why didn't they show that? That's the thing I don't understand. Your indie showcase is to showcase indies. Literally.
Why aren't you showcasing?
So, like, you could double the length of the show. I don't think people are going to care if your show is 24 minutes long. Like, we want to see what games are coming to the Switch, and we don't want to see these caliber games interfering with E3 shows, because we want to see the big title games at that time. So these shows are supposed to be for these caliber games. I love indie games, but I don't want them to take away from the big AAA games at the larger shows. I like that Nintendo does this. They give indies a time to shine on their own. I think that's
and they deserve it.
And I think it's smart.
They absolutely deserve it. But then they do stuff like this where they're showing some Garbo games, and then Hyper Light Drifter, which is a major indie game, gets the cold shoulder. I don't understand that. And then we have like Hollow Knight. We saw it in the last indie direct thing, and we haven't heard anything since. So I don't know. There's a lot of those.
I don't have a problem with them not having repeats because I mean they've already showed that those games are coming.
Yes, but like,
I don't understand why they're not showing like some of these other things like we mentioned before, like you know, Monkeys in Shaolin and Shadowbug and all that.
Exactly.
Like I don't care about repeats, like that's whatever. Like I've already known that they're coming, but like show other stuff too because we know y'all got a ton of indies coming.
Exactly. Like,
most of the stuff is indies, like. The Nintendo Switch is thriving right now because of indies. Let's keep it real. Indies and Nintendo first-party games. So I would be, you know what, to be honest, I think that because the Nintendo Switch gets so many indies, I would be happy if they did Nindies showcases almost as often as they do the regular Nintendo Directs.
Do a Nintendo Direct, then an indie Direct the week after every time.
Yeah, like, why not? There's so many indie games coming, so many great ones. Why not showcase them? The
last thing I want to do is buy an indie game on PC and then find out next month it's coming to the Switch.
Yeah.
Because that's just annoying. And like the Switch is the best place to get indies. So like, I don't know. Nintendo really missed the ball with this Direct. It's one of the few. Kind of the few mess ups they've had since the Switch's launch. This is one of the very few ones. So it's not a huge deal, but like hopefully next time they make the show longer and put these high profile games in there as well. Because like if they had this Hyper Light game and that 9 Monkey game and Grid and Shantae, which came out the same week of the Direct, they didn't even talk about it. If you had all of those combined with what they did show, that show would have been way better.
Yeah. One thing that I will say as a positive, though, so that I'm just not sounding like I'm just crapping on the show as a whole, I've been waiting for strategy games. And I'm finally getting them, and I'm pretty excited. Like, I'm excited. Like, Banner Saga, so excited. Luminous, I'm excited. Like, War Groove is coming too at some point. I'm excited. Bad North, like that looks great.
The hell is War
so that's the War Groove is like what's that Nintendo game? It's kind of like Advance Wars.
Oh, I see this shit.
So I'm excited that I'm getting some strategy games to play in bed. Cause like there's these strategy games on Steam that I play a lot, like freaking Duelist and freaking Atlas Reactor, and it's like, dang, I want to play this in my bed.
These guys.
And I finally have strategy games until Fire Emblem comes, of course. But I just want some strategy games to play in my bed, so I'm excited.
So Roof wants to be the Stardew Valley.
Yeah. But let me be clear, because I know there's some people in the chat saying, well, it's a stretch too far to say that they're garbage. I'm not going to say that they're garbage, but I'm going to say that I wish that they would have shown more. That's what I'm saying. Not saying don't show these, because the smaller games deserve to be showcased too, but just show more. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe I wasn't clear. I didn't say don't show these games.
Right.
I just said also show the other ones.
Yeah.
Because those ones they showed regardless.
Don't limit your show. Just
don't cut the
be
show down
smaller
to 10 minutes and keep out the good games. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, like don't limit yourself. Make the show as long as you showcase everything that you feel is going to benefit the indie gamers, the indie developers. If they get some
Switch are awesome.
Showtime.
It'd be nice to know if these higher profile ones are coming to the Switch as well.
Yeah, true.
Because half the time, like we said, like with some of the games we're talking about today that were going to be coming out soon or already have been.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. Like, you gotta let us know when stuff is coming, what is
when it
coming.
comes to indie games, there's definitely different tiers of quality.
Right.
That's true.
And it's very noticeable. So you have to give all of those different tiers of indies a spotlight.
True.
Just as a heads up, we do have questions going. So go ahead. I posted links to Discord. Go ahead into Discord. Go to the section where it says questions and post your questions if you have any.
Oh.
Thank you. Go ahead, Nia. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's fine. I was done. I was just clarifying because people in my chat were saying like, like not all of them are garbage, and that's not what I'm saying. It's just if it doesn't appeal to me, it just doesn't appeal to me. But I just wish they would have shown a little bit more. That's all I was saying.
And it's not even like they didn't have more to show. You know what I mean? Like they had more stuff to show, and they purposely didn't, which makes no sense.
Yeah.
That's why the show was overall not good. The show actually became worse once they started tweeting out those other games. Because then you have
that's kind of how I feel too. Because it's like, this could have been at the show.
These should have been on the show.
Because like before they even started doing any of that, I was decent. Sorry, I showed more. Then they started tweeting out more stuff, and I'm like, that's what they could have showed.
Yeah, like I just don't get it. What was the reasoning behind doing that?
Like,
more people watch their direct stuff than follow them on Twitter.
Then follow them on Twitter.
Yeah,
so like you would have gotten a bigger audience. It's kind of just seems kind of like counterproductive too. It's like
it just makes
we made a show, but we're gonna just tweet anyway.
Like,
what?
Yeah, we're gonna make a separate show just for indie games and showcase the ones that are coming out soon. And yet, one that comes out next week, not in the show. One that comes out the same week, not in the show. One that comes out in a couple months, not in the show. Like,
right?
It makes
They showcased a lot of stuff that's coming soon, but wasn't coming anytime current. But then you ignored the ones that are coming soon that people need eyes on.
I feel like a lot of Nintendo fans have the same feeling about this show because I saw a lot of people are kind of like tweeting at Nintendo they weren't too happy with this show. So hopefully they got the message to add more to the next one.
Yeah. Like,
and that's definitely one thing Nintendo's been working really, really hard on this generation is to make sure that their messaging is correct.
Yeah.
And I feel like considering how the last Direct goes, I think they're listening for the most part on how their
the last
messaging
Direct was excellent.
Yeah.
It's just this one was kind of a miss.
We'll see how it goes.
That's the weird part.
And it's not like the organization or anything was bad. Like the organization, all that, the way that they presented it was great. It's just the content should have been more.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta look at the questions.
Alrighty. Where's the question?
We got a couple questions in here already. Guys, if you want your questions answered on the show, make sure you please go to our Discord and the questions tab. That's where we get all of our questions. We will not be answering questions if you ask them in the chat because it's too hard to follow. So make sure you please go to the Discord link and put in your questions.
Is it in your stream already?
Yeah, I put it in there.
That is not a question asking Seth or answering.
Is Kuuppon single? If yes, that's like white boys. Oh my God.
What do you say?
Somebody is trying to get at my girl right now.
That is unfortunate. I don't have anything against. Y'all have to try harder. That's all I would say. I have nothing against you, but I just figured y'all would need to have to try hard.
What she's really saying is wear more do-rags.
Oh no.
Nah. I'm sorry. I just prefer my strong black men. That's all. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just
Kuuppon likes chocolate.
Well,
I like chocolate, but I don't have nothing against white chocolate either. White chocolate is a yummy treat.
Like I said, I guess I'm because I like everybody. I mean,
that's cool. Do you?
I like white men, black men, Asian men, Arabic men. I don't care if you fine, you fine. Okay.
I didn't say I don't like them. I just prefer my chocolate brothers first.
I know
what the rest.
I know what you're saying.
That's all. But if y'all come through, hey. I'm not gonna stop you.
So basically what she's saying is if you got a Luigi lunchbox come at her, you gotta have that Luigi lunchbox.
No, she did not bring a Luigi.
Poor Luigi.
Luigi's getting all sexualized. Like, this man is just trying to live his life and play games of tennis. You feel me?
Random black gamer. So silly.
I need that bug loving.
Somebody watched too much.
So first question here. You want to go with Mohammed's one, I guess?
Yeah, just go ahead and read it. I gotta get to the.
Phil Spencer has expressed interest in seeing Banjo.
This freaking accent.
Do you think it's possible we might see any Xbox or PlayStation first-party characters in the game?
I love the reporter speak. It's so funny.
I mean, we might see Crash in Smash.
Crash and Smash.
Crash is
Let's
trash.
be real here.
Crash is trash, but put him in Smash.
The reason I feel this is because it seems kind of odd that we have Crash Bandicoot on Switch on a Nintendo console. At the same time, there's a new freaking Smash coming out. He's gonna be in Smash, you guys. So Crash is gonna be a Smash.
I would really
Banjo-Kazooie? I don't think so. I don't know.
I would love Banjo to be in it.
I mean,
awesome.
I don't know.
Crash and Banjo came to Smash, that would be every nostalgic gamer's wet dream. You have Mario, you have Sonic, you have Mega Man, Pac-Man. Like, it would just be nostalgia overload.
Give us Rare Replay on Switch.
We would appreciate
it. Too hot on Xbox. Give us that.
Yeah,
we would appreciate it way more.
I think Rare Replay would sell more on Switch in 1 week than the entirety of it being on Xbox.
That's true.
Yeah, definitely, because it didn't do too hot. Just
game is
re-release it on
Nintendo
Switch.
Fans. That's not for Xbox fans.
I mean,
that's just a fact.
That's just a fact. I knew it wasn't going to do too hot when it was announced. I was like, oh, that's oh well. That's unfortunate.
At least they tried.
They tried.
They tried more with that than they did with Sea of Thieves. Bang bang. All right, TJ.
Okay.
What's your number one favorite moment from yesterday's Nindies Showcase Spring 2018?
Banner Saga 3, for me.
Mine was when it ended. Just joking. Calm down. Mine was Mark of the Ninja Remastered.
I actually liked Lightfall. That was for me.
Yeah, that was cool.
Which one?
Lightfall.
Oh, yeah. That looks good. It does.
Yeah, those two.
Lightfall and the Zelda chicken, so Bomb Chicken.
I don't know, man. Bomb Chicken was kind of...
I'm sorry. Don't even sit there playing like that. You know you want that bomb.
That shit's gonna be hilarious.
It's gonna be awesome.
Maybe. I mean, it could be fun, probably.
I really wish they would bring Guacamelee over.
Oh my goodness! Don't even. You know they announced Guacamelee too, right?
No, but it's for PS4 only.
It's coming over. It's probably gonna be timed.
I want the first one too.
Guacamelee 2 is probably gonna be timed. It's probably gonna come in everything.
I want Bastion. I want Nex Machina. I want.
Bastion is the GOAT. I love
what was that other one they make?
Freak, the one with the girl.
Yeah, the one with the girl.
Transistor.
Yeah, that game's awesome.
And then they have Pyre too.
I haven't played that one yet.
The newer game. I haven't played Pyre or Transistor yet.
Pyre on the Switch at some point.
Man, I think I saw somewhere the Pyre was coming, but don't quote me on that. But I would love it if Bastion came. Bastion's freaking great. I love
Bastion. That's a great game. Those guys have a really good track record, actually.
They really do. Supergiant is killing it. They really are. And like the production value of their games is like...
For the indie games, their production value is very high.
Yes, it is.
And also, I always forget the name of it.
Apparently, Just Shapes and Beats is fire. Like, I have some friends who tried it out at a PAX last year, and they thought it was excellent. They're gonna get a Switch just for freaking Just Shapes and Beats.
Rhythm games, but maybe if you like rhythm.
I don't mind rhythm games depending on what they are.
I don't know. I'm just a stickler for it. I grew up on rhythm games.
Like, I like certain rhythm games. Like, I can do.
But it depends on what it is and how it plays.
Okay, let's move on to Unforgiven.
Like Parappa the Rapper.
Yeah, I didn't like that one at all for some reason.
I liked that back in the day.
I mean, I like watching my friends play.
Parappa Totaku toy coming out. Why don't you get that?
Yeah, man. Those Totacos, they actually look pretty tight.
Yeah, I want the Kratos one.
I saw a couple that I liked. I think I liked Parappa, and there was another one that I liked, but I don't remember which. They
announced another line of them, because I saw a Sonic one. They never, publicly announced it. It was weird.
I don't care enough about Sonic.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
And that's crazy, because I loved Sonic back in the day.
I like Sonic Mania. That's about it. He doesn't have good games anymore.
Dang.
Okay, it's from Unforgiven. Now that we got Shantae's Pirate Curse, what unannounced indie game needs to be announced for the Nintendo Switch? Could
An
be
indie
one that was on
game?
the Wii U, or one that's coming up.
What unannounced indie game needs to be announced for the Switch?
Next Machina.
I
Yeah.
can't even think. Like, there's so many good ones. Like, freak. Dang.
It's that one isn't even on the Switch. Wow, I would have thought that would have been already. I thought it was.
Let's
Huh.
look up.
Now since we brought it up, freaking Guacamelee.
Yeah.
That game, like, that game blew me away.
That game's
Like,
amazing.
that game is just so good.
It's
I'm trying to think, what other indies would I like to see? I don't think so. Spelunky, I don't think is on
I'm tired of y'all asking for Sans to be in Smash. No. Sans from the stupid Undertale's game. No.
Oh, no.
No.
Inside is coming to Switch. That's a really cool game. I like
Yeah. I'm trying to think, what indies would I like to see?
Oh, Child of Light. Yeah.
Child of Light.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
Child of
good
Light.
one.
Technically not an indie because it's from Ubisoft, but
No, we don't want Hat of Time for the Switch. They didn't want to put it on the Switch.
that game looks like shit anyways.
I know, a lot of people are saying it rivals like the old school Marios.
Those games came out 20 years ago. Who cares?
Freedom
Just catching up now. Who fucking cares? Freedom Planet. That was a good one.
Planet was also very good.
Flint Hook. That just came out on Switch.
Yes, it did, and it actually looks really good.
Is Downwell on Switch?
I don't know.
I heard that one.
Wait, what?
I've actually never heard of that game.
Nintendo hired this guy. He was like a single dev that made this game. Nintendo hired him.
And what's the game called?
Downwell.
Downwell.
It's all one word. It's a simple game, but like apparently it's very good. And Nintendo actually hired this dude.
That's crazy. They never do
They
that.
usually don't. He's a young Japanese guy, like a new dev.
I've never heard of this game before.
Ban this Airfan Ali. He just called Child of Light shit. Get out of here. You're banned.
That's
You gotta get him out of here,
I put
man.
up with a lot from you.
Get him out of here.
But that is unacceptable.
Get him out of here.
Child of Light
Absolutely
is one of the best
unacceptable.
small titles I've ever played.
Let's see, what else do they have in this question section?
He said this emotion.
Huh?
Like, no, he's talking crap on Nia's chat. On Nia's chat, he said this emoji looks like Alex.
What?
Whoa. Freaking awkward.
Let's see. What's the next one? Which arms fighter gets into Smash Brothers first? I think it's
probably gonna be stupid. The String Man guy.
Probably Spring Man.
It'll be Spring Man or Ribbon Girl, but I want.
I would love it to be Twintel.
Or they could do what they do with some of the characters where they have like just a basic layout and then it's just like a skin. Like it'd be like an arms character.
But the
I think
arms
this would be
characters
better.
kinda fight
With the
each
arms
other.
characters, they could have They could have Spring Man and
Ribbon Girl.
Twintail. That could be the three new heroes. There you go. Done.
I can see it being like maybe there's like a male and a female version. Like
Yeah.
Spring Man would be the default, Ribbon Girl would be the default, but you could change the skins to like Twintail and like.
Because I mean, they have
and,
because what they do with their main franchises.
Because they have to be
Put
similar.
one in there.
They gotta be similar in stature, though.
That's true. So I don't know how that
It's
would
not
work. 'Cause
like
they don't
you can
really
be
look
like,
alike.
Oh, you can be the main guy and then switch to the mom.
What's the gooey one's name? I forgot his name.
He's not gonna be in the
Helix.
game.
Oh, I
Helix is
know.
amazing.
Helix, I would love to have Helix in it. I know for
It would
sure
make
he's not
more
gonna be in
sense
there.
with,
But I would totally love for him.
Girl and what
But
the-
it's mostly probably gonna be Ribbon. It's probably gonna be
It'll
Ribbon.
probably be Ribbon Girl or Spring
Yeah,
Man.
'cause those
So,
are
like,
the mains, so that's,
Yeah.
that would make
But
sense.
I would rather have Twintail, honestly.
it couldn't be Twintail.
Or Helix.
She's the most popular arms character.
Like you would think they would put her in there because she's popular,
Yeah.
but they're gonna put the most. They're gonna put the iconic ones from the mainstay. You know.
'Cause, like, technically that makes
Yeah.
sense.
And then if they put Twintail in the game, that would give the game more girls, which it probably needs. More girls.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Alright. Has anyone seen the Japanese gameplay of Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition on Nintendo Switch? It's running better than the Wii U. I would hope so. The Wii U ran like shit.
I would hope so too.
It better shit.
That was like one of the worst running Nintendo exclusives on the Wii U.
That's true, actually.
Yeah,
now that I think about it.
Hopefully on the Switch they sort out the frame rate issues, because then that game will be a lot more fun. Because like when you're playing that game and it starts chugging along, that shit is so annoying.
I hope so too, but let's be real, I'm gonna buy it anyway.
I know you are.
Link my boy.
And L'Oreal Ganon on the go.
Yes, L'Oreal Ganon on the go.
I need you to update the game and give me L'Oreal Ganon because he needs to be a thing. We need to have a representation for Hyrule Warriors. So for Hyrule Warriors, L'Oreal Ganon is the representative.
He actually might, because they're updating Link, so it looks
Link,
like no more
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They need to update him.
So maybe it's because Breath of the Wild Ganon doesn't really have a form.
He doesn't have a particular look, so they would have to use.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, they would have to use L'Oreal Ganon. Let me have him.
L'Oreal Ganon.
Maybe he's made for me. Maybe he's Maybelline.
Maybe he's fine with it.
See what else we got here. We already talked about the Ark Survival crap. I don't want to talk about that again. Can Activesin, Mia, Real, and Nick play Smash on Switch when it comes out, and who will win? Yeah, we'll play and I'll win.
Probably what's gonna.
Alex will win most of the time on that. Like, I'm not hardcore in that.
Real will lose. He'll come in dead last, and then he'll get mad and challenge everyone to Street Fighter for some reason.
Probably what's gonna end up happening is the more like co-op and multiplayer games come out for the Switch, we'll probably start trying to incorporate that into our Mondays.
Yeah.
Probably that's gonna happen, depending on how if we get attached to the online. Like, for example, like Mario Tennis, like if it's actually that neat.
I really want to play Mario Tennis a lot.
Me too.
I like
that tournament system. You know how lit that would be for like if we did like Team Red Mondays instead of Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Mondays, like, I'm just thinking about it now. I was like, that's gonna be so tight. I'm so excited for the game.
Okay.
You dude asked about Manticore Galaxy, and I do want that game.
Which one?
It's called Manticore Galaxy. It kind of puts you in the mind of like Star Fox, like old school Star Fox. It's like a real shooter, like Star Fox.
Seen that. Let me check it out the video.
It's actually on my wish list. It looks pretty tight.
Manticore Galaxy of Fire. It's already announced for Switch?
Yes, it's in the now coming or whatever.
I see. Let's watch a video. Hopefully this is not Nintendo's channel.
So, question from Nell: how hopeful do we have to be to see Pokemon release this year?
It's coming this year.
Late this year, though.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, yeah.
Because we all know Smash is going to come in September along with that online network. Like,
yeah.
You're fooling yourself if you think otherwise.
Oh no, yeah. So you won't be able to play Smash online without that network.
This game looks alright. It doesn't look like there's that many enemies though.
Do you? So Paid Enthusiast wants to know if you guys think it will be a Smash ballot for the Super Smash Bros. Switch version. Probably for like some of the like indies or third-party games. It might be.
I don't know if they're.
It might be a ballot for only one time, depending on what characters we might get. They might do it one time.
Is this game on the Switch already?
What?
This Manticore game?
No, it's coming soon. I don't think it's there yet.
The shit says it's already. It says it's available on eShop.
Well, that's what TD was saying. Apparently, it got delayed or something, or is it on there now?
I don't know. The trailer says available on eShop.
Let me go look on the shop now.
Yeah, T2 said it's being delayed.
It looks pretty good. Yeah, it's kind of like Star Fox. I might get this. It's probably better than Star Fox Zero, that's for sure.
Damn, probably. I mean, if you're being honest, it probably really is.
Let's see.
Star Fox Zero is freaking garbage.
I don't think anybody believes in their heart that Valve's ever gonna make another video game guy.
Right?
They're never making another game again. They don't need
Valve is done making games. I'm convinced. Like I'm convinced Valve is out of the game making.
What Lord Gaben says about being like amazed with Nintendo and how they can do hardware and games. They're not making games anymore.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Freaking Valve is making too much money on Steam. They don't care about making no game.
What do they care about
Like,
making games anymore?
Yeah, they're talking about, oh, we're jealous of Nintendo again. The fuck you do. That was a statement from Valve that they're jealous of Nintendo and they want to be, they want to make games again because of Nintendo. And I'm just like, then y'all need Nintendo to think about making games. Y'all could have been and made them. You're not gonna because of your freaking Steam. You're making freaking game busters on that thing. Hell no.
Valve is making too much money because if they really cared, they would bring us another Left 4 Dead.
If they
but,
cared, they would have made these games by now.
We
would have had games. They're making money and letting random people make games for them and put on their little platforms.
I'll put it to you. Let me put it to you this way. They care as much about making games as Microsoft does.
Oh no! Send all of your hate mail to Activesin Gaming.
Okay.
Oh shoot!
Going back to the flaming Chibi Robo pic that was tweeted before the Direct Mini, do you think some of the third-party developers were in on that joke and that Smash 5 was coming this year? Does this all hint at what characters you can expect? Do you remember how like Doom and all those guys jumped in on that tweet?
No, I don't think it had anything to do with Smash Brothers. I think because they were probably just showing like, hey, we're gonna be featured in the Direct too, so y'all should probably keep an eye out. You know, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
But hey, it would be interesting.
Doom guy in Smash.
Doom guy in Smash.
At this point, with the consideration that third parties are now in Smash and stuff, we might have Doom guy, and we also might have freaking Soul, freaking what is it?
They have
Dark Soul dude. Yeah, that guy.
Amiibo, like he could be in Smash.
He might be in Smash.
I'm so mad that Dark Souls guy gets an amiibo, but I don't have a Doom amiibo.
Yeah, that's kind of messed up, right? But I guess
amiibo, there's no Skyrim amiibo. There's like all these.
But that would probably be a decision that Bethesda would have to make because I'm pretty sure From Software was like, "Hey, can we make an amiibo?" And Nintendo was like, "Yeah,
right, guy.
Yeah, let's go, guys."
Shovel Knight's the only one currently with an amiibo out that's not from Nintendo.
Yeah, that's true.
And they got 4 now. Why does Alex think he can beat me in Mario Tennis Aces? Because I can.
Oh, damn. There we go.
What question is that? T-Dude says, which of the Nintendo Divas are the prettiest in Mario Tennis Aces for the Nintendo Switch? Peach, Daisy, or Rosalina?
Rosalinos! But you missed one, actually. Pauline, who should have been in the game.
Pauline is not in Mario Tennis.
That's what I said. She should have been in the game.
She'd definitely be the one. She's the ultimate waifu.
Well, she's the ultimate waifu. She got her shit together.
Out of those 3, the order is definitely Rosalina, then Peach, then that gutter hoe Daisy.
Oh man, y'all gonna stop disrespecting
Daisy
my
like that
girl.
So bad. Like what?
Y'all gonna stop disrespecting my girl, man.
Daisy is just a tomboy princess.
How many times I gotta tell y'all this? Luigi found her turning tricks back in the alley when Mario asked him to go find a doubles partner for Mario Tennis. That is the backstory of Daisy.
She ain't even in. Like, is she in tennis, Daisy?
She's always in the tennis games.
Yeah, but I didn't.
That's where she debuted.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I just missed her in the. I just missed her
she
in the game.
She debuted as a doubles partner for Luigi.
Of course.
Y'all gonna stop hating on my girl, man.
Like Daisy, like I'm sorry, you got Peach over. You got Peach over here.
Daisy gets disrespected.
I'm just saying, you got Peach over here, who Bowser trying to put a ring on, and she over here acting up. Like slap this heifer. Okay, you got Rosalina, who's running around in the galaxy, got her head in the galaxy, don't know what she want to do with her life.
Like she's like high all the time or something.
She's just high all the time. She's a freaking airhead. Love her to death, but
by mushrooms 24/7.
No, Rosalina's surrounded by stars. She's stars running around with all this gas in their fucking head. Like, girl, come down. We need Pauline though. We need Pauline.
Pauline.
They should have put Pauline in the game though.
She should have been in the Pauline. Like
she should have been. She blew up after Odyssey.
Yeah,
after Odyssey, they should have.
Pauline for Smash, by the way.
To be fair, we did get Chain Chomp, so all is well in the world.
That's true.
Chain Chomp is gonna be my main low key.
Chain Chomp is he's the fire.
Tennis is the funniest shit ever.
It is really
Like, it's
hilarious.
great.
It's
I
like
love
this freaking ball and chain rolling around on the
And the
freaking
funniest
thing.
part is he doesn't even roll.
Pretty much, he bounces. He like hops.
It's so funny.
I think he bounces and hops or something.
I love it personally.
Will Nintendo sell us Series 2 Smash Amiibo? Probably. Since they're going to be a lot of new characters, why wouldn't they?
Alright, I just had like a weird little flicker of light, so if I suddenly don't talk, it's because I had a struggle called lights out.
We should probably go ahead and wrap it up anyway.
Yeah, we probably should. Ask that last question down there from Dragon Darkness.
So he's got 3 questions merged into one, so I'll just do it all at once. Will Nintendo get your money? Are you getting Nintendo Labo? And where is Pauline in Mario Tennis Aces?
Well, we already answered Pauline.
Yeah,
we just answered Pauline.
I am not getting Nintendo Labo because I don't have a child and I'm not a man-child. And will Nintendo get my money? Yes, they're gonna get lots of my money throughout this year.
They're already getting
fire-ass games coming.
They already get my money, so there's that. Nintendo Labo is, and I'm not too or cute about it. And Pauline and Mario Tennis, it has been sacrificed because she will be in Smash.
Yeah.
Man, Pauline is supposed to be crazy.
That would be funny.
Pretty much the same for me. I'm not getting Labo. It's not for adults. I don't understand why people keep talking about Labo like it's for them. It's not.
It's literally for the children.
Yeah.
Like I saw some people on Twitter talking about how like Sony announcing God of War for 420 is like a direct hit to Labo. It's like, y'all, no, they're not marketed at the
420. I'm getting my God of War. If you want to get Labo, that's cool. I'll have to block you. But
I don't think.
But they're
honestly, I don't think Labo's gonna get.
They're not competition.
For the same demographic.
It's not competition. Yeah.
It is funny though that Sony decided to do it the same day.
Like, neither one.
I don't think they care. It's Labo.
They don't care.
For kids. Like, who cares?
It's still gonna sell.
They don't directly compete with Labo
at all.
But like, yeah, it is what it is. Labo's gonna sell extremely well. The people that have tried it,
but not at Toys R Us.
That's brutal. That's just mean.
Like. Tomorrow, me and Daniel are gonna go to the liquidation, so we're gonna see what we can rack up.
Oh, you gotta get some.
Might as well see if you get some
Amiibo. What you gotta do is you gotta go there now and hide shit.
Oh man!
When it goes on clearance, then you go back to your hiding space and get it all.
True. If you can put it in a location where
just put all your shit with the Xbox games. No one will find it.
Pour one out for Jeffrey the giraffe tonight. Since tomorrow is the official liquidation sale. Pour your liquor out tonight for the homie, man. Pour your liquor out. What's the emoji for pouring your liquor out on YouTube? I don't know if it's one. If you can find an emoji for pouring your liquor out on whatever respective chat you're using, do that now. Pour it out for Jeffrey, man.
Poor Jeffrey.
The homie gotta get one. He gotta get some respect before he can bounce up out of here.
Yep.
I mean,
poor guy.
I can't believe they don't have one. Put your liquor glass up. They should have.
Yeah, put your liquor glass up. Something, you know what I'm saying?
Beer emoji. There's one. Beer emoji. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh
beer
man,
emoji.
that's too good. R.I.P.
R.I.P. All right, so that is.
All I know is all
pretty much
a Toys R Us kid.
Facts.
I feel bad. I feel so bad for kids now growing up that won't be Toys R Us kids.
They will never know. They will never know about that
experience.
They will never know the joy of being a child and running into a store that is dedicated to selling toys.
To them.
They will never know what that feels.
They will never know that joy, and that is deeply saddening to me.
Yes, it is.
My child will never know that.
Yeah.
That's sad.
That's sad, man. Sad days.
So sad. But with that being said, I just threw my liquor up in the chat, so I just did myself a favor, just did my thing. But we're gonna go ahead and end this podcast, get ourselves up out of here and stuff. So I'm gonna give the floor to our illustrious dude with the hat, Alex. Go ahead and
That's a great hat.
do your exit.
Alright, what's going on, everyone? Activesin here. This is another week of Team Red Talks Nintendo. We had a lot of good topics today, including Nintendo's Nindies Direct, which was okay, not great, but they have a lot of good shit coming to the Switch this year. Switch Gang gonna be killing it. 200 million units, according to some guy. We'll see if that's true. But you can find me on Twitter. It's at Activesin Gaming, and make sure to join our Discord. The links will be in the description below. It is a lot of fun in there. I suggest you check it out. We talk a lot of trash and we play games, so it's a lot of fun over there. And YouTube channel is Activesin, and streaming, I do streaming on Mixer. It's mixer.com/ActivesinGaming.
Awesome. Go ahead, Nia.
Yo, man, it was a good show. Yeah, so we talked about a lot of interesting things today. Main thing is the Nindy Direct, of course, which was lacking. But yeah, man, so if you want to follow me, of course, you can follow me right here on YouTube. If you're not following me on YouTube at TheVideoGamHer, you can also catch me on Mixer at TheVideoGamHer. I usually try to stream on YouTube, Mixer, and Twitch, where I am Nia Loves Ninty. If you're interested in all of my other things that I have going on, like you just want to see me tweet about things and give you updates on how I'm feeling about games and comics or whatever's going on in geek culture, you guys can hit me up on Twitter at TheVideoGamHer. So that was a great show, man. Great show. Thank you guys for coming out. We got up to like 32 people watching on my end over here. So I appreciate every single one of you guys for coming out. Make sure that you hit that thumbs up, because that is how we get the podcast up in other people's feeds who might not be subscribed to myself, Alex, and Kuuppon. And the more you guys like, the better for us. So that's great. And yeah, make sure you share this whenever it becomes archived. And we will see you guys next week for Mario Kart Monday, as well as the next episode of Team Red Talks Nintendo.
Woohoo! And my struggle butt will eventually get my so since we're going to be doing cameras from now on, so that should work next week, hopefully, as I think I've figured out what the problem is. But if you want to follow my struggle and behind, you can find me at Kuuppon Stives at Facebook and here on YouTube, as well as you can find me at Kuuppon on Twitch, Twitter, and Mixer. I just go by Kuuppon on those three, and Kuuppon Stives over here on YouTube and Facebook. So, yeah, that being said, I guess we can go on and bounce up out of here and call it a night. So we will see you all later.
All right.
Deuces.
See ya.
Peace out, y'all.